Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Today is Thursday, and you know what that means. We've got 3 hours of action headed your way with the GWA, Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we are happy to have you with us. And we hope the day finds you well. Okay, 1 second whilst I get everybody up in the office position. Cha-cha-cha-chow. Now my broadcast, or seeing the game on the OBS screen, not an issue, but my then being able to tab over and play the game for y'all, bit of an issue that we solved before broadcast, so hopefully everything looks hunky-dory. Should do for some testing I did earlier. Anyway, okay, let's take a sneaky peek over to the far side of the screen. Let me pretend I'll look over here. There it is, the information I'm looking at. Year 3, May, got about $2.25 million in the bank, not too shabby. But our expenses are going up every month. Not a problem as well. Let's check our... Before we offer anybody a contract, well, let's see if I have my... Oh good, I was smart enough to get my text file up and running. Let's see, check the roster slots, so on and so forth. Tab back over to here. Look good, feel good, okay. Yeah, I got some, as I said, I usually have a little prospect pool at the bottom of this roster list here from each territory. We're going to review that in a second. Okay, let's first do a little management here. Oh, I got a double clicker in that. I have to double click on the game every time I want to tab back over to it. Even alt tabbing? Straight 1-to-1? Yeah, that's wild. Okay. Doesn't trust me as a window anymore. Okay. Training center. Did our repairs... Let's do some more of this. These are the cheapest additions we can make. Look, boys, we got you a better medicine ball. And of course, only the best sandbag for you. Okay, now everything costs at least 5 figures. Needs a gym of 8 or above for a better balance ball to slightly increase attack or defense and... Oh, our price is reduced by the sponsor. That has nothing to do with it. Okay. For a slight increase. That's interesting that they would need a gym 3 more levels to get a better balance ball. Okay. So, working on some stuff there. We've already spent about 100 grand. But we got the best facilities on the planet. We're going to upgrade those and maintain those. It will attract more talent. Just we take good care of you, as good a care of you as we can. It's going to get better because once we get that international television deal and I start treating those as pay-per-views, number one, my life gets terrible because I got to figure out how to book 48 weeks of television for 12 monthly things a year. But it should mean not be using every single roster member every pay-per-view out. Like we'll have more important singles matches type of deal. Anyhow, like we did in the olden days when we had to because we had a tiny roster. But now we're gonna have... We already did another cross promotion. We've done 2 cross promotions. Well, let's take a look at our merchandise situation. Okay, sales aren't so hot on the t-shirts. Yeah, we have been bouncing back and forth between our home territory of the Americas and then dipping down into Mexico, and they're not ready to sell out $40 for a t-shirt. Like, we've only been there a couple of times. We blasted out of the early stuff for sure. Even towels at $20. I'm sure we did pretty well in the goods and maybe branded snacks if we even made those. Okay, maybe I'll do one more show in America. One more show in America, and then we'll branch out I guess back to Mexico again since we sort of dipped our toe in that general vicinity. I mean, okay, human resources. Everyone else is doing... Oh, wait! Somebody we hired wasn't getting a fair shake. Let me just double check to make sure I made good on making sure everyone at least makes a grand to start with. Okay, good stuff. Nobody needs to be sent on a training expedition, though it would be funny if I just kept sending the originals away and they got better and better, and the actual, real-life wrestlers, I just let them do what they do. Not really gonna do a contract with another organization, though I'm pretty sure a couple Japanese organizations like Noah or Dragon Gate, I'm sure at this point we can get one with. Impact, maybe. Scouting everybody's out. Okay. Alright, let's see who we can add to the old roster-rooney. I was trying to prioritize getting Becky Lynch in as a junior talent. Look at that. Worldwide popularity is a big get there. Let's see, what was I planning on this first show? Yeah, bring her in now. She wouldn't be like getting a singles match with Fenix until the next, like we'll put them in the main event for the next show. But I can throw them into what I already had worked up here and, you know, make a tag a 6 or make a singles a tag or something like that. Okay, there'll be a lot of tag matches though if I do that. Alright, so that's a short lister. And who else was I thinking of from the European territory? I had Xia Li also shortlisted just because of the immediate impact coming to the GWA would have. Especially, actually, this might even be easier to do with my mouse today. The immediate impact coming to the organization would have on her like attack and defense and stuff, mind you. Becky Lynch only has a slightly better attack than she does. It's that worldwide popularity, though. Yeah, we'd be essentially starting from scratch, popularity-wise, with Xia Li, but okay, could start with Becky Lynch. Who else can we think about? Oh, I don't know how to sort the talent. I'm just using the keyboard and mouse. All right, our main draw here was Ray Fenix, and we gatsed him. So, oh dear, come on now, don't do this. Okay. The other looky-loos, or the other people we were thinking about, were Flamita, and I think Puma King. Puma King's still available? Yeah. Puma King, I don't know who they are at all. They just have a dope name, fun look, and I know who Flamita is. Like, I'm familiar with their work. Sometimes when you get hired, it's kind of a little bit of who you know or who's familiar with you. I know Angel Garza is probably great. I think Edda's just signed a long-term deal with MLW, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm thinking of somebody else with a short name starting with A. Okay. Let's see. I know we have a lot of Japanese talent as it is, and we just hired somebody from Japan. We also have a lot of North American talent, but let's do a big old scout and pull real quick. I'm willing to go as high as $2,000 in your monthly fee. Just give me somebody, anybody. It's going to put on a good match. So that's a little too high there. Same with these two. Well, there's probably certain levels that everybody aspires to. One day, Brett, we'll get you there. Real good popularity. A and A attack and defense. So coming to my organization, those would be A pluses. Good condition. Ridiculous salary. Can't afford it at the moment, but we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Maybe it'll do it for a big surprise for the July pay-per-view when we kick off our new era. Okay, just sort of looking at price tag first and foremost as we sputter on through here. Oh, $2,000 even. See, that's what we're talking about. But they are in terrible condition. I wonder why. They must be working independently, or they must be. Oh, wait a minute. Weren't they with GCW? They must have parted ways. Okay, quietly. Hillbilly Jim. That's funny. Oh, Miss Jacqueline. That's okay. So, not necessarily the biggest Jerry the King Lawler fan in terms of like his in-ring ability and stuff. Great talker, great heel, so human being. Depending how old you are. In more ways than one. But matches are match style. Ugh, that's an awkward way to say that, but simpatico there. Real good popularity worldwide. His attack at a B and a B plus would get into the A's, if not the strong A pluses already. But I don't really want to so that immediately would put him in if he can put some strings and wins together, main event contention pretty quickly, title contention pretty quickly. So do I really want Jerry Lawler, Kenta Kobashi? That'd be hilarious. Don't get me wrong. All right. Interesting. It's an interesting choice. It's certainly better than Duggan if we're going legends. Statistically, stats alone, it is a steal. But I don't really know if I want to be calling a lot of Jerry Lawler matches. Yeah. I mean, I am the owner here. I'm allowed to hire people that I like. Like Coco. I'd take Coco. For sure. He's got that Ghostbuster, Brainbuster still? Yeah. See, I'd take a Coco Beware. That's a fun hire. Just a heavyweight, though. Like, I was just thinking, like, ooh, wouldn't he be great in the junior division? But 5'7", 229 is definitely a heavyweight. Just a stocky guy. The only danger there is that everyone has their real-life birthday, or as many as possible have their real-life birthday, so that's a 63-year-old joining the roster for who knows how long, and if I'm going to do that, I might as well just get some of these 50-year-olds. Oh, that's also the problem with Bret Hart, then. Shucks. It's going to be the problem with a lot of these individuals. Like there, stylistically we don't match, but I know just being a submission-based wrestler and stuff like that, it might get over. Like, strong style is pretty broad in this game. It's sort of the default wrestling style. It can kind of be anything. So, LA Knight, what title do you have with you there? On the old free agency market here. The living legend Larry Zbyszko. Brought them in for one of our earliest shows. Just for the popularity boost. Luna would be dope for the women's division, but we don't really, like, have one. Even just for the junior division, actually. If only her attack and defense were a little stronger. That's ridiculous. Okay, listen, I know we had Luchasaurus last time, but come on. Why is his salary $581? Like, that is a bargain. With a B and a B and our strong style, he's at least going to put on good matches, and then you can just build the popularity by just featuring him. Huh. Uh-oh. I lost to consider here. Oh yes, I've also upgraded Matt Hardy. Looking much better. 2021 Matt Hardy. That's formerly an edit done by The Avenger 3 that I think K Radiation, or like Cradiation perhaps? I don't know which way to pronounce it. But there's another gentleman or lady or somewhere in the middle, or neither, that sort of takes the Avenger ones as bases and then puts a layer of this over top, like modernizes, gets custom parts, makes custom parts, etc., etc. I don't want to discredit them in case they start some of these from the ground up, but it is my understanding that they, in most cases at least, start with the Avenger 3's work and build from there. And I like to give credit where credit is due. All of these things look great. Some of them just look especially great with extra care taken. Okay, Ric Flair, huh? Would it be funny to have Raven in my Fed? Would it be hilarious? I mean, this is just a matter of personal opinion. But if we're going with guy with not necessarily like known for the greatest in-ring acumen, mind you, a lot of weapon swinging in the GWA. Dang. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring them in as a guest first. I don't need to, though. I'll just hire them, and if I don't like them, I can fire them later. Because I'm not in that contract anymore, I don't think. Or at least if I am, I'm soon to be out of it. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the Rick Rude experiment, because we brought them in last time. They were on my short list. I'm just thinking, I would want people that I actually like would root for in real life. And not that I'm not a Rick Rude fan, but if you can't also deliver, they are showmen, so I still think with the weapons and stuff that might work in their favor. Like I'm immediately thinking like obviously Williams or Walker against Raven or with, so on and so forth. That criminal element that we have to maintain. I mean, if I show Raven, Walker, and Williams is like a flock right there. Just incredibly violent peeps. All right, see, there's our Rick Rude that we were also thinking. Because again, A, popularity, B+, but we threw them in there with Kenny Omega, and they just got it handed to them. Maybe that means since they came in as a guest, they don't benefit from the gym and stuff, so they weren't their very best as they would be coming in otherwise. Interesting. Okay. More stuff to think about. could have the Road Warriors. If I ever do a tag tournament, I'm going to do my best to try to get them in there as an entrant. Mark my words, like, mark that somewhere, clip it if you need to. Just to see what happens. Just to see if they get bested by whomever else we can sort of put together. Okay, I don't even really see... Like, I know I'm going for primarily price range. Salary expectation, let's call it. I'm going mainly by salary expectation, but I'm also trying to get people in there that I would want on my roster. I'd honestly take Honky Tonk Man before I take Lawler, but then I might end up, probably if I took a Honky, I'd probably end up bringing in Lawler and putting them together. Family 6 together. Okay. Yeah, a lot of little guys doing arm bars. Sorry, I mean he's 6'3", but he's a rather lean build for 6'3". I didn't know he was that tall. He just reminds me of a lot of smaller gentlemen doing grappling gimmicks. And gosh, unless you can be better than Jonathan Gresham at it, what are you even doing? Vern Gagne for that price is a steal, but no offense to Vern, but I don't know that I want to be calling Vern Gagne matches, especially when he's listed as being 95 years young. Like, that's just like a liability. That's just some sort of terrible insurance payout waiting to happen that I don't want to be on the hook for. Okay, Wahoo! I mean, they're Hall of Famers. I don't necessarily put them in there. Will Hobbs is pretty good, though. See, I like getting projects, but I also like getting people that I know I want to slot in a certain area in the card. Like, that's a really good price to get X-Pac on your show. In fact, I might bring him in as a guest for some reason soon. But no, for realsies, because I was a huge Raven fan at his peak. This is sort of like Raven in his prime, so let's see if I get Raven in here. If I do, he's getting a flock, but I don't know who I'm going to put in it. I might not even be the people that I mentioned, like the obvious ones, Williams and Walker. Okay, let's see. Plus, like, his salary is ridiculously low. All right. Concerned that wrestling styles don't match. You know what? I'm a little concerned too. Let me do this first, because I did do other improvements. I just want to make sure I save those first. It's my fantasy league, and I will hire who I please. Hee hee hee. Alright. Raven in his prime. What do you think, bud? I mean, your age kind of gives you away, so we'll see what we can do with you. But that just means you kind of get the Legends on a shorter term, I think. I don't even know. Like, Kobashi's doing well, and he's our champ. They're concerned that their wrestling style doesn't quite match theirs. Negotiations require $1,000, so we take Raven out for a fancy dinner. Let's be honest. We take Raven to the strippers, and we try to lowball them, but their salary is real low, so who knows? Boom! Okay, that's gonna be a real interesting that's gonna be a real interesting addition to the roster. Welcome aboard, Raven. We're leaning into the weaponry, it seems. I did have USA at the very bottom of my let's look at this territory list, because we've got a lot of USA stars and I'm trying to build a nice big international roster. But whatever. Now that Raven's here, though, we're going to spend a little extra time perhaps building them a flock. Normally I do this off air and then just show up and be like, look, I put people in stables. But let's see. Raven's on their own. He would be like a tweener. Who do I want as a tweener? So I got both pools to work with, I'm going to say. I'm going to do 4 people total. Some of these are too strong on their own. Like, he and Randy Orton, that's 2 leaders together. You don't want that. Even though they're both individualists to a certain degree. He's more of a, like, Raven needs, like, competent lackeys, but I also want to give him, like, strong... Like, I'll give him Hino, for sure. He can have Hino. That's a good fit for him. Let's see if there's anybody from the face pool that jumps out immediately. I mean, he has a previous association with Keiji Muto. So that will be him and two Japanese gentlemen. He and Buddy Murphy's very interesting. But again, that's sort of like somebody that starts behind Raven and then eventually is gonna spoiler alert, probably gonna eclipse the Raven on the card in terms of their ability to entertain, draw, etc., etc. Somebody from the face, somebody from here even. Can't really see these guys. Maybe Howard, but again, he's more of a leader himself. I could see him pulling Drew over. Maybe I'll give Raven, Drew McIntyre, Yuji Hino. That's him and some big boys. And then like a fourth from somewhere. Okay. Let's do that. Let me tab over to the old Firefox and go to one of my favorite websites. I think it's called Rhyme Zone? Yeah, Rhyme Zone. It's got like a rhyming thesaurus, phrases that contain whatever word you're looking for, etc., etc. So I'm going to go thesaurus for flock. What else can we call this thing? I mean, I know it's, related to ravens specifically, but cluster, that's hilarious. Should we do cluster instead? Just sort of a congregation of folk, but nothing religious. A bunch. A pod. This is also why I usually do things off, because then I have to come up with names for things. I can't remember how many iterations like Camp Firefly went through before I eventually landed on that. Something that paid homage to his previous gimmick and then was also new-ish. Geez, I can't think of anything for the life of me for the moment. Let me take a sip of water, see if inspiration hits. Something related to Raven, who usually has a flock or a nest or serotonin briefly. It's at the Psycho Circus. See if this fits. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be heals. Okay, so the Psych Ward. So far, ba-boom, P Ward. Now that we have Raven in the Psych Ward. That's the name for now. I'm gonna I'm gonna mull that over, but that's just the sort of general feel. Mostly because he was in the Psycho Circus. He's about to get the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre, at his right hand. There we go. So he's number 2 in the faction. From the heels, I was gonna pull Yuji Hino. Yeah, a couple of big boys in there. Another guy with not necessarily a crazy gimmick, but So, if you want to get sort of technical, I should pull from the faces for the 4th person. Phoenix? I kind of like that. Not gonna lie. Kind of like that. And that does make a completely international team. Let's do that. Okay. So now we're definitely gonna try to... Ooh, maybe we can now translate it into Spanish. Hang on. We'll mull some stuff over name-wise later, but there's our new faction, finally. Okay, first faction. They are heels. And if you look at the rest of our... Yeah, we still have even faces and heels generically, and then we have our first heel stable. At some point, some faces, some people are going to have to rise up to attack them, but we got our first... For Really Reals group. Okay, so let's save all that. So not only do we hire Raven, but he brings with him immediately some interesting combinations that might actually affect the booking of the event that I had done previously. Oh, you know what I haven't checked? Let's go down here, take a look and see who's feeling okay. How's everybody doing? Okay, Robinson is hurting, but still says they're okay to go. I'll double check that later. I'm just looking at the conditions. Everyone's condition doing well. Tejano's legs are hurting. Mad Polly is a bit beat up. Okay, Punk's a little beat up. We're gonna hide them in a 6-person tag anyway. Okay, most people are... Oops. Hang on. I don't want to check on everyone. Just me, please. Okay, most people are doing okay. Some people are a little banged up. I could do to rest Matt Robinson, so let's take a look at what I've already booked. Oof, this one's getting more complicated because now I gotta figure out... I gotta remember to put my stablemates together more often than not. Okay, well he was in a single with Drew McIntyre, so that really doesn't change much. If I lose... Let me just make the short list of who might not be available for today. Based on... I think Punk was another one, but I was going to hide them in a tag. Polly. Okay, and Punk. Okay. So that could put me 3 people down. I think they'll be okay. They're not like red yet. If they're red, I'll leave them off next month. We'll be okay. Okay, wow, that's a long planning session. We've got about half an hour of just background shiz. Alright. We hadn't even debuted Mad Polly yet, to be perfect. Or excuse me, Yuji Hino yet. That's fun. Now we also have Raven in there. Okay, so the way I have this booked currently, everybody's working. Everybody's working. Mojo Punk and Murphy against Dude. Oh, I want to keep that. That's a good highlight. Dang! I pre-booked myself something that I don't want to really bust up. So okay, not even going to feature Raven on his new on our new hire on his first show. We are 1 debut behind because we did a promotional battle for our second card last month, and we only needed 5 participants, so our new hire Yuji Hino didn't debut in front of a live GWA crowd yet. Okay, so we're gonna go to America for this to make some cash, and then we'll dip back down to Mexico for our second show, much like we did last time. Can we do... Okay. That's what we normally do, I think. Nope, one more. There, that's where we usually sit. See if we can get back to that with what I have conjured up today. Oh, I also need to double check the rule set. Thank you, past me, for writing that in my text file for me. Match rules, please, because we did the, like I said, we did the matches against, see? We did the matches against the other promotion, and as you can see, they kept some of the... Oh, they're not even correct. Yeah, the rules are all over the place. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do all these. Okay, so let's do speed first, all the way across. Shouldn't take but a moment. Find it's quickest to just go one at a time. Like one setting at a time. Rope break. We need rope breaks. Yes, please. Rope breaks. Okay. Next, elimination off. Okay. Make sure that's the same everywhere. Double check. E. Lumberjack, no. Tornado, no. Cut play, yes, please. That means tag partners can help themselves. DQ count, yes. These two on. Count or outside count off. That means you can go outside and not get counted out. That's why there are no DQs or countouts outside the ring. Okay. The inner workings of what makes the GWA what it is. Making sure to have our proper rules. There. Okay. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And then over here, this one's also really important. We put critical on low. I don't want to turn it off because injuries do happen, or, you know, people get knocked out sometimes. Accidents do happen in the ring, but I want it to happen seldomly. It's happened about a half dozen times in our entire history, I think. And also the other one is teams to come out together should we ever do entrances. I gotta figure out, maybe for the pay-per-views or something, we'll figure out how to do entrances. The issue there is all of these edits and the music that they would be coming out to. Like I'm not going to scour it and find everyone's accurate theme song, because that could get me in a whole heap of trouble. Okay. Title match in our main event. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? We are as... Okay. Oh, jeepers creepers. Getting back over here. Now I must click on it again. Ooh, so awkward. Another successful Windows update. The Hall of Fame champion Adam Page was going to be defending against Randy Orton in your main event. Trust at a B. He's the only one that doesn't trust us fully. I mean, maybe Raven is going to have a reason not to, because we're not even featuring him on his first show in. But anyway, there we go. There's our main event that we're going to be building toward, the Hall of Fame Heavyweight Championship on the line. Now, the rest of the card is as follows. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is awkward. Okay. 6-person tag. Heels from the heel side. We had... Who did we have? Oh wow, we're doing a weird mix of stuff. Okay, so I had booked Muto. I had booked Punk. And Murphy together. Punk's more of a tweener. He is his own guy, whatever that means for you. Okay, Kobashi, Omega Okada. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Okada. You have the dark pants. The short dark ones. Yeah, let's put you in those. Kenny. Sure. And you're champion. Only the one championship belt, but whatever. Oh, I don't remember him. Well, that's funny. That's his entrance star. I don't ever remember him wearing this. Maybe I just missed it. I've been watching a lot of Noah from that era. It's like Halloween gear. Although I know it pays tribute to his like original look and stuff. Kind of dig it, but we're gonna go with classic. Classic. Kobashi. Okay. Now, next up I had booked singles contest. Betwixt Dragunov. Big spot on the card for him. Big test for him coming up too. So Dragunov versus Keith Lee. There we go. Match number 4. Oop, my bad. Match number 4 was a tag. We had, who did we team up last time? Bullock and Mastiff worked together well. Bonk. I think that's right. Yeah. Bullock and Mastiff versus another team that we used last week. Houston and Howard. Okay. 3 more to go. Okay, here's that Matt Robinson singles match. There goes all of our faces, apparently. I mean, with that, we do have 4 extra heels. They're a tweener faction, but I like it better if they're just straight heels. I consider them tweener in my headcanon. Okay, what were we doing? Who are we putting you against? Oh, that's right. Like, why can't I find them? Because they're over here. Okay, Drew McIntyre. Now we do. Oh, I can move some stuff around. Hang on one second. I can debut both of them so that I should be able to keep them happier. I mean, we're going to leave a couple more people off the card. Crap. Nope, we'll leave it as is. We'll worry about Raven next time. A little bit out of sorts today. Having a day. Okay. Nothing bad, just a little out of sorts today. Having to do things strangely with this new Windows update is getting me a little discombobulated. Okay, now let's see. Walker and Williams, the most violent team to this point in GWA. I feel like we're gonna have a nice bloody tag team tournament at some point. Going up against Tejano and Rojo. Okay, we might do this. We're getting pretty close. See if this first match can deliver, because it's going to be... I wish you could put people in people's corners, you know? Mad Polly. Who else am I leaving out here? Yeah, makes sense, because they're stablemates. Mad Polly. Put him in a t-shirt. The opening match warrior against some of the muscle in the psych ward, or try to get a better name for that later. Yuji Hino. Boom, filling the place up. Okay. So let's see, Yuji Hino, Mad Polly. I booked this before going live without considering, hey, I'm going to hire somebody. But I would, because I didn't really know if I was going to go junior or heavy. I'm probably going to go junior next time around and probably hire a #1 contender for Ray Fenix. Much like he was hired, then got a title shot. Trying to smash build a junior division as we go. Right before we hit pay-per-view, I guess. Okay, so just to get 3 titles going. Confirm that match card. We don't have a tag title yet either. Maybe I'll do that next month. Okay, let's save that. Everyone is here, everyone's under contract. I will immediately try to loan. Okay, GCW. Would you like Ray Fenix, or excuse me, would you like Raven to come in? They're not a popular wrestler? No? What are you talking about? I mean, not worldwide, but GCW is based in America, and Raven is an A popularity. Okay. We're gonna try. Yeah, I thought so. So we're gonna work him out, knock some ring rust off of Raven and GCW for us. If they're smart, they'll give him a title shot, because that always works out well for the promotion that I send people to. If they give my talent title shots, that always works out gangbusters. I kid. I always get, not always, but I normally get their title, like a title to come back with me. And if it's a tag title, good luck getting me to send them back. I mean, I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. Okay, I gotta address Raven next time, because I already put him out on loan before I could boost his salary a little bit. Okay, now, merchandise-wise, we're in a 15,000 seater this time. We're gonna blow these out. These should be okay, because we got 15,000 people that actually love us in the Americas, and we're gonna put on a decent show for them, but we haven't made anything new. We'll do a new photo set, and then we can leave that alone for however long. I'm gonna do 3,000 snackaroonies for the kiddos, and then goods as well. I'm gonna do 5 because they're fairly inexpensive, and they again can sort of chill out for a couple months if they need to. There. Okay, so we got the word out. Let's check our broadcast contracts. Yeah, so I still got 2 more months where I can't fire 2 or more people. No worries. No intention of doing that. Okay, we're all saved up. Oh, I didn't book. I didn't even see what. I was seeing, because it's in classic Raven look. I'm sure there's different ones like TNA era, etc., etc. All right, I think that's gonna do it. So let me get my big dumb face out of the way before the actual event. Bink, bunk. All right, finally get down to the ring. Jeez, this guy just takes forever. Finalize management decisions. Finalize management decisions for the month and proceed to the results. Yes, let's do that, please. And away we go. In May. The merry, merry month of May. What do we got? Everybody showed up. Thank you. Including the crowd. Thank you very much. So 15,000 strong. So we... I don't know that, like... what I was experimenting with earlier, it seemed like tag matches don't draw as strongly as singles matches, at least not initially. So we were trying to like condition our audience to get more used to tag matches. And if you'll note, every other match on this card in particular is a multi-person versus like a singles and then tag, singles, trios, singles. Like that's on purpose. Trying to like condition the audience to accept sort of seeing that. So I don't know if how much of the roster I'm going to be needing to use every month to sell out a 15,000 seater plus when I go to the pay-per-view era of this thing. I don't know. I have reservations, but we'll see. We shall see. Just like we're going to see how Yuji Hino fares against Mad Polly in their very first match in a GWA ring. Showing up, there was a mysterious leader of the Psych Ward, new name pending, that has yet to reveal themselves. We'll see them next month, probably. For now, we're going to see Yuji Hino for the first time. In the black and red. Mad Polly, swat to the face, introducing himself. Oh, as I can see from my vantage point here in this window, I can just make out the time, so we're okay. See everything I need to see. Mad Polly here, the opening match warrior. No stranger to this position. Starting things off here. Yuji Hino is going to look for every opportunity to hit that effing bomb. I mean, that's what I'm going to refer to it as. His variation of the power bomb. And again, Mad Polly also in the power game, as we see a big slam there from Yuji Hino. This is a matchup of two beefy Japanese boys bringing the heat. As Mad Polly taking the fight to the floor here, where there are no countouts or disqualifications. Sending Yuji Hino first into the guardrail on one side, and then another of the ring. Oof, and then just bodying him to the floor, the ringside area here. Back and forth he goes. Mad Polly in firm control on the early going here. Nice. Lariat to the back of the brain. That'll scramble your eggs. Hino now. Found a little bit of fighting spirit. Trying to fight his way back into this one and gets dropped by a single shot from Mad Polly, who rolls back into the ring, the only place he can win the fight. These two men are going to slug it out at the 5-minute mark. Mad Polly, as expected, winning that slugfest, has had the advantage for most of the match and continues it with that DDT. Off the ropes he comes. Big splash attack there. Big body attack from Mad Polly. Dropping Hino once again. Well placed shots. Really up to striking game has Polly. Once again dropping Hino with the DDT, but Hino rolling right through. Burst of adrenaline perhaps. Hoping to lead Hino to even footing in this matchup. You can see his shots not quite dropping Polly in the same fashion. Polly retaliating with a quick clubbering. He had grabbed a... Oof, there's another good clubbering. Had grabbed a chair from under the ring, but oh dear. Oh, nice exploder by Hino, but Polly is right back up. Pop the crowd with that one. Now it's Hino's turn to send Polly into the guardrail. Snap suplex there from the big man. Nicely done. Polly back to that punch. Been working really well for him. Oh dear. Oh, big power bomb. That could be the effing bomb. So something tells me we'll know it when we hear it. Polly there after getting powerbombed on the floor there. Rolls back in the ring to try to build a little time and space, but Hino follows him back in. And I can see every time Polly drops Hino, the toll the match is taken on both men. Oh, just slapped down by Mad Polly here. Nice clothesline. Looking for something there at the 10-minute mark to put things away is Polly, but Hino keeps fending him off. Nice back body drop. Hang on, here it is. Polly Buster plants him. But Hino right back to his feet. Exploder to Mad Polly. Into the cover for Hino. 2 and... Mad Polly out at 2. Another exploder by Yuji Hino, who takes this opportunity to catch his breath. Polly fights his way back to his feet, but he's dazed and then dropped by that short arm clothesline. Off the ropes comes Hino. Big forearm shot takes Polly down. Dragging him away from the ropes. Set him up in the center of the ring. Both men slugging it out. A clothesline from Polly absorbed by Hino, who drops Polly with one of his own. Mad Polly now sucking wind, you can see, gasping for air every time he's back to his feet. Meanwhile, Hino's got time to catch his breath. Further trying to slow Mad Polly down here, attacking the arm now. Oh, nice move by Polly to create some space. But he closes that distance rather than catch his breath. That could come back to haunt him as you see that clothesline winded him. There we go, after that hammer throw. Mad Polly going to try to get his wind back a little bit as we continue on the floor. Oh dear. Nothing but contempt for the crowd from Yuji Hino. As the fight continues, we're nearing 15 minutes in your opening contest here. First time that we're getting a look at Yuji Hino. Oh, hang on, another Polly Buster headed your way. Blam! Polly drags him away from the ropes. Big cover, 1, 2, 3. Mad Polly puts Yuji Hino down in Hino's debut. Don't worry, folks. Most people lose their debut in a GWA ring. The only notable exception, your inaugural GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Buddy Murphy. Polly Buster from Mad Polly secures the win. Polly doing everything he can to work out of his status as the opening match warrior. String a few wins together, buddy. See what happens. Was that 92%? Hot diggity dang, and it was in the 90s as well. Starting us off hot. Ooh. Polly Buster dropped him. Okay. Oh, look at that. We're BCDD now. We have a C in Mexico because we showed up there a few times. That's fun. Let's see what we can do when we go there next month as well. Okay, our next matchup. Action in our tag team division as Thomas Walker and Mickey Williams, who have tagged before, are facing another somewhat established team as El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr., the Junior Achievers, are taking on Thomas Walker and Mickey Williams. I like that name. I'm going to stick with it. The Junior Achievers. I don't know what yet to call. Well, there, let's see. A Hell Knight and the Brilliant Devil. Hell's Devils against the Junior Achievers. Thomas Walker, in black and purple, former GWA Heavyweight Champion. Teaming up with Mickey Williams, the Hell Knight. Dressed all in black in the red corner. In the blue corner, we have El Tejano Jr. representing in the black and red. Trunks and Frill. Dragon Rojo Jr. in the maroon and gold on the apron. Hang on. Did not take long at all. As you see senior official Mr. Bigfoot there. Did not take long at all for Thomas Walker to bust that fork out and to bust El Tejano Jr. wide open. Hang on. Ushi-garoshi there. Not unlike the Tornado Tejas that El Tejano Jr. uses to great effect. Tag up on both sides, and now we're going to see Dragon Rojo Jr. versus Mickey Williams. And Mickey Williams trying to pull Dragon Rojo Jr.'s leg off. Trying to grab himself a drumstick there. Ooh, big boot from the Hell Knight. Not shy about the violence is Mickey Williams, let's say. Somehow smuggles a number of weaponry inside that outfit. You really think Mr. Bigfoot would pat him down, but Smart move by Dragon Rojo Jr. trying to get Mickey Williams into the blue corner. You can see Williams trying to fight his way back to at least center. And I guess he got a little hungry on the way there. As now, Dragon Rojo Jr. has been opened up by way of Mickey Williams biting his forehead. So both members of the Junior Achievers busted wide open.
5 minutes gone.
And yet, we weren't even 5 minutes deep. A heck of a mountain to climb for El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. against a former world champion and a former #1 contender to that world championship. Another Ushigoroshi. I feel like Walker is doing this purposely to El Tejano Jr., knowing full well what the Tornado Tejas looks like. The Brilliant Devil just making short work of El Tejano Jr. to this point. Just rubbing his face in it. Dragon Rojo Jr. strangely letting Thomas Walker plant that top rope elbow to his tag team partner. And getting hit with a swinging black hole slam variation. And now a bit of fork action for Dragon Rojo Jr. Luckily has that mask to protect him, but as you can see, he's already been busted open. Much gnashing of the teeth involved in that. Quite literally. As Walker tags out to the Hell Knight Mickey Williams once more. You can see the confused state that the Junior Achievers are in. Now, the extension on that suplex, holding him up there that long, letting the blood rush to and out of his head. Oh, nice double team there by the Junior Achievers, trying to get the crowd back into it. They're not done fighting yet. Oh, geez. Mickey Williams immediately senses danger, immediately uppercuts his ding-dong, and then tags Thomas Walker into the match. Acceptable within the rules of the GWA, but that doesn't mean I have to condone it. But I can't argue that it is good team tactics there. Get the fresh men back in as Thomas Walker going to work on El Tejano Jr. Both members of the Junior Achievers, Tejano and Rojo, been bleeding for a long time at this point. Oh, nice 450 splash. Mickey Williams just casually on the apron there, allowing Dragon Rojo Jr. to bust up that pin attempt. Nice chin crusher there on the now legal Dragon Rojo Jr. and Thomas Walker, who tags out to Mickey Williams. The more violent of the two, if you can believe it. I mean, I guess you can. He bit his guy's head open. Thomas Walker has been real generous with the uses of that fork in this one. Hang on. Just a boot to the side of the head, and Mickey Williams thought he knocked Dragon Rojo Jr. out there. Rojo out at 2, however. This match continues. Oh, Rings of Saturn now by Dragon Rojo Jr. Incredibly painful submission. But Williams survives. Long enough for El Tejano Jr. to get tagged in. Hard to call him the fresh man when both you and your tag team partner have been bleeding for the better part of this matchup. Now the blood rubbed into the eyes of El Tejano Jr. and he himself sent into the corner of the Hell's Devils. Oh, power slam off the top from Mickey Williams. Haven't seen that very often. Look brutal. And once again, another Ushigoroshi by Thomas Walker into the cover. Gotta be doing that on purpose. And yeah, unsurprisingly, my word, nothing doing for El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. after they got busted wide open. That was a slow, painful death for the Junior Achievers. Just barely acceptable, say the fans. Okay. That just skated by as a worthwhile match to watch. Very interesting. Okay. Significantly hurting our overall average. That's a bummer. Okay. But we gotta move on. Gotta move on to our next singles matchup. Yeah, to our next singles matchup. Drew McIntyre, Matt Robinson. Let's get down to the ring-a-roo. And see how they dingity-ding-dong do as the bell is set. And we are underway. Big chop by Drew McIntyre to open things up. Also showed up in the weird Psych Ward t-shirt, as did Yuji Hino. Don't know what that's about. Tee-hee-hee. If I could, I'd put Mr. Bigfoot in as the 5th member somehow. Battle of the big boys here. Both about 6.5 feet tall, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere around that vicinity, in any case. Got a lot of large, talented athletes here in the GWA. Hang on. Beautiful roll through into the armbar, the move that won him the GWA championship for the very first time in our company's history. Oh my gosh! Just got the taste slapped out of his mouth by Drew McIntyre a second time there. You can hear the effort on that suplex each and every time. From the divine Matt Robinson. We'll be looking to spike Drew McIntyre into the mat with that divine intervention. In the meantime, he'll soften him up with plenty of kicks to the midsection. A very lethal striker is Matt Robinson. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, meanwhile, will be looking to set Robinson up for that claymore, that running leg lariat. Oh, excellent strategy here by Robinson, trying to take the legs of Drew McIntyre away with that figure 4. Using his own strength to counter that of McIntyre's. Hang on off the ropes. Missing the leg lariat. The spin kick there is Robinson. But able to maintain the offensive advantage. With some knees to the thigh, let's say. Looks like McIntyre took exception. Nice. Glasgow kiss off the ropes. That's what I could call his headbutts. As we pass 5 minutes here, and once again, Robinson going back to work on the legs. Pulling at the back here, too. Doing what he can to ground McIntyre and keep them grounded. Ooh, bit of a mistiming there, but no harm, no foul. Let's try it again. This time Robinson scores with a big spin kick. Boom! Another hook kick there. Oh, and a double stomp to the nethers of Drew McIntyre. Top rope moves to the dink are legal in this league, apparently. McIntyre fighting his way out of it, though. Incredible resilience. I don't think I would be able to survive a guy like a Matt Robinson. Oh, jumping off the top ropes on my ding-dong, but nice follow-away slam off the ropes there, but Robinson's back to his feet first. McIntyre, thankfully for him, able to maintain control. Let's see what he does with it. Oh, Robinson fighting free once more. Kicks to the midsection. Nice kick to the side of the jaw that time. And then just grounds him with that scissored sleeper, that body sleeper. Nighty-night to Drew McIntyre. No, able to fight his way free. Oh. Powers through a kitchen sink attempt. And there it is, but hang on. Matt Robinson absorbing the Claymore kick. Just took it in the chest and stood there. That has to play on the psyche of a Drew McIntyre. Psychopath or no. Robinson has had the advantage since. Look at him go, bouncing back and forth off the ropes. Strike after strike to Drew McIntyre. Oh, well-placed counter kick there. As we pass the 10-minute mark, Robinson undaunted. Hang on. Looks like McIntyre's got something up his sleeve to counter it all of it, though. Hang on, no, 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 Drew! Oh, spike with the divine intervention. Robinson into the cover, 2! Drew McIntyre kicks it 2. We fight on. Oh, Future Shock DDT! 1, 2, 3. And he pins him with it! Not unlike a variation of his own divine intervention, shifts it over into Drew McIntyre's own Future Shock DDT and pins the man. What a win for Matt Robinson, and what a way to do it. That was fun. That came out of sort of came out of nowhere. Crowd loved it too. All right, good stuff. Boink, boink. Save that sucker. All right, middle of the card. Getting some more tag team action. A lot of GWA originals in this, as we're going to see David Houston and the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard against the convict Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff, one of our very early hires. Let's get down to the ring. See how this sucker shakes out. Ooh, I just checked our overall card ratings in 89. I like what I see there. Mr. Bigfoot likes what he sees, and so he rings the bell, and we are underway. No count off that powerbomb counter, and it looked like Bullock was going to immediately tag out after that. But David Houston grabbed him. Oh, geez. And pays for it. As Bullock hits an immediate low blow. Nice head scissor by the anti-gravity kid, David Houston. The speed members of each team, one could say, starting things off here, the power members of the team on the apron. As you see Dave Mastiff there. Nice standing one-man Spanish fly. David Houston has seen enough. In comes the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. And that sends Bill Bullock scurrying to his corner. To get Dave Mastiff in there. You're going to see in the early going of these tag matches, they more resemble two singles contests, as each team sort of has a game plan matchup they want to see executed, and it looks like we're going power for power and speed for speed in this one. Mastiff and Howard, no stranger to one another, have faced off in singles competition in the past. Likewise have Houston and Bullock. Likewise have all these gentlemen, I believe, all were members of the GWA Championship Series, if I do recall. No, that's not right. Mastiff wasn't. He was hired just afterwards. Tejano and Kobashi, the only two non-original members, part of that championship series. So 3/4 of this contest quite familiar with one another. Not that Bullock and Mastiff teamed previously, so there's some familiarity there. And obviously Howard and Houston. It's our second shot in a row as we're starting to get that tag division established, slowly but surely. Just like the extension on that suplex for Mastiff, getting Houston open slowly but surely on that offensive maneuver that bought him enough time to get Bullock tagged in. Unfortunately for their squad, Houston scurries to their corner and gets Howard in the mix. Now we're going to see Howard and Bill Bullock one-on-one for the first time since the GWA series, I would think. The championship series highlighted our first year of competition here. Nicely done there by Bullock. Snap suplex. Saw Howard's legs hit the turnbuckle pads. That can't feel good. Neither can those vicious headbutts. And now, Full Mountain just striking away. And that is a submission move I took from that position there. The only way out of that is to break the hold, or it's a referee stoppage if you can't defend yourself. Yeah, as legal a submission move as that camel clutch just demonstrated by Jack Howard. Oh, Bill Bullock. Fancy submission maneuver there that he has still 5 to break, but does in plenty of time to see Dave Mastiff in and shoulder tackling the larger Jack Howard down. Then you see that hammer fist to the dome for not the first time in this matchup. Mastiff really upped his game in the last few months, much as we improved our resources that we are able to help our talent develop their own skill sets. We've had some talent take a better advantage of that than others. Dave Mastiff is among those that have. Came back leaner, came back tougher, came back with a more dangerous moveset, much like the danger involved in that Angel's Wings. Houston up top. Beautiful missile drop kick to the chest of Mastiff. Going to pull him away from the ropes, but in the wrong part of town for a cover, and Houston knows that. Mastiff able to get a fresh man in. Houston does the same. Now you can see we're sort of counterbalancing things. Looks like we paired off Bullock and Howard for the foreseeable future. Likewise, Houston and Mastiff. Oh. Jack Howard tossing Bullock to the outside and just posing in the center of the ring, just catching his breath and just taking it all in there as the Hollywood hunk former Hall of Fame champion, the competitor that brought that championship to the GWA. Oh, getting poked in the eyes and uppercutted in the ball sack by Bill Bullock in reverse order. Can't take too kindly to that. Oh, geez, nice knockout shot from the convict. Now that he has raised the ire of Jack Howard, tags out to Dave Mastiff and then spikes him with a fisherman buster into an STF. This could do it if Houston can't get there in time. Luckily, anti-gravity kid. Oh, nice. Howard able to turn it into a camel clutch. Submission attempt of his own with both teammates already in the ring. Hang on! Raiding spike out of the corner by Howard! Mastiff up first, but he's dazed. Howard needed that to get to his corner. Now Houston's tagged in legally. Howard can take a little time and catch his breath. Oh, poke to the eyes. Bullock rolls him over quickly into a headlock. Howard does not or cannot help out his partner, David Houston, still recovering on the apron as the Hollywood Hunk. As we've got the anti-gravity kid against the convict in the ring. Interesting version of the the Bronco Buster there from the anti-gravity kid, David Houston, who now locks Bill Bullock in the Paradise Lock in the center of the ring as his partner Mastiff just looks on here. Interesting tag team strategy here. Partnerships newly formed, you could say. Still some trust issues to work out. Angel swings into the Mahi Straw. That classic combination from him. Houston only gets a 2 on Bullock. And you can see there, Mastiff had an opportunity to do a double team move and chose to just let Houston drift by. Howard countering Bullock's attempt to injure Houston further. Gets a Boston Crab that's broken up. Things are heating up here. The Hollywood Hunk says this is it. Looking for another rating spike, perhaps. Oof. Vicious lariats to the back of the head there of Bullock. And here it is, rating spike toward the blue corner, but Bullock's right back to his feet and able to tag in Mastiff. What resilience there, no matter how temporary. Magic killer on the way out of the ring by Bullock. Gotta hand it to both Bullock and Mastiff here, working very well as a team. Howard now luring Mastiff into the corner so we can get David Houston tagged in, sending Mastiff to the floor. Now we've got both individuals paired off. No DQ on the floor, or countouts for that matter. But things will continue as they are in this tornado sort of fashion until Mastiff gets back in the ring if he can. Rating spike on the floor to Dave Mastiff. Meanwhile, in the ring, a knockout shot delivered to David Houston. You can see Mastiff is locked on that STF in desperation after getting dropped on top of his head by the rating spike. This thing will continue until Mastiff is back inside. There's nothing the referee can do here. And a Phoenix Plex to David Houston, meanwhile in the ring. Mastiff spike with a brainbuster outside the ring. Oh, now we got back to some semblance of order. Houston and Mastiff are both legal. Hang on. Rolling hills by Mastiff into the cover. Hooks the leg deep. 1, 2. Howard breaks it up. That would have been all. TKO'd at Bullock. Angel swings on Mastiff. Tags in Howard fresh. Houston distracting Mastiff, but not long enough. Able to tag Bullock in. Jack Howard and Bill Bullock, your legal fighters. Huge brainbuster by Howard. The Hollywood Hunk looking for that knockout shot, and that lariat could have done it. No, sir. Plenty of fight left in Bullock. Back and forth they go. Discus lariat of his own takes Howard down. And then back into those headbutts. Oh, the stomach claw! Oh, Howard was lucky. Houston in to break up. The deadliest submission in the GWA, the stomach claw. Howard planting Bullock in his corner with that brainbuster, but not for long. Knockout shot from Bullock. Off the ropes he comes. Big clothesline. Gets Mastiff in fresh. Howard fends both of them off. Houston tagged in fresh, misses a roll-up attempt. Thinks he's got Mastiff outsmarted up top. Big moonsault to the back. Up again, 2 in a row. A third time for Houston. Scores 3 for 3. And now Angel's Wings. Oh, the back of Mastiff in incredible pain here. But the Lamahistral cradle is too close to the ropes. Mastiff able to spike Houston with a brainbuster. Nice underhook exploder. Now Mastiff climbing the ropes. Big splash. Too close. That's going to be broken up. You can see Mastiff able to muscle David Houston all the way across the ring to that red corner. Drops him with a huge lariat. Oh, Houston scurries back. And now Jack Howard tagged in once again. Mastiff momentarily distracted. Sent off the ropes. Main event spinebuster. Howard now into the pin. Houston running interference. Mastiff just rolls the shoulder at 2.9. Eats a short arm clothesline and Howard ascends the ropes. Diving fist drop to the ding dong. Signature offense from the Hollywood Hunk. Back brain lariat. Mastiff fends him off. And another tag as we approach the 30-minute mark in this one. A tag team classic here. Big power slam into the cover goes Howard. Mastiff able to break it up just in time. Bullock gets spiked by a DDT. Howard up top, another diving fist drop to the ding-a-ling. Tags in the anti-gravity kid. Bullock momentarily distracted. Pop-up Hurricane Rana into the cover. Oh, Mastiff saves the match. Stomach claw! Stomach claw! Bill Bullock with the stomach claw! David Houston had no choice. It was tap out or die. What a win. Bullock and Mastiff, undefeated as a team, by the way. They won last month, too. 95%. Oops. Hang on. Went off that screen before I wanted to. Okay. These peeps. It was a 95er. Heck of a match. And we're not done. We got 3 more matches on this card to go. And then we'll see how we do internationally, perhaps. This one I booked just because, you know, might as well make money every other month. Like a good sum of money every other month and clear out some inventory. Otherwise it would have, like, you know, been further and further behind if we went back to Latin America again. I mean, we're going to go there next month anyway. So we'll be okay. We'll see what we can do. Trying to maximize return on investment as much as I can. Speaking of, Ilya Dragunov fought their way onto the roster, and once they got here, has significantly upped their game from that. Not the most popular wrestler worldwide, but if they keep putting on banger match after banger match, they're going to get there. Let's see how they can fare against an athlete the caliber of Keith Lee. Wait. Oh, it's actually BDCD. Oh, the second one's Japan. So it's like I'm B in America, D in Japan, C in Latin America, D in Europe. Okay. Keith Lee, Ilya Dragunov. Like, we're doing our best to be the best in the world. The best promotion in the world. So we invite international talents of all size and stature to compete under the watchful tutelage of Mr. Bigfoot, our senior official. And we are underway. Keith Lee, Ilya Dragunov. Big slam there. Impressive power from Dragunov. Not intimidated by Keith Lee whatsoever. Keith Lee punching away, Ilya Dragunov chopping away. Back to that body slam. And those chops. Nice short arm clothesline there. Dragunov effective at using all of his body weight on you. Not the largest competitor, but as you saw there on that tucked version of the senton splash, just turning himself into a little cannonball to drive all the wind out of your midsection. Suplex counter there by Keith Lee, who takes the opportunity to catch his breath in the center of the ring. Nice display of sportsmanship, at least in the early going. We'll see how that evolves. Oh dear. Both men looking to slug it out here. You see those chops doubling over Keith Lee, but he's able to drop Dragunov once and for all with those punches. Oh, and then back to the chest. Oh, and then getting his own chest crushed with the full weight of Keith Lee is Dragunov, who, unabated, it's that work ethic that got him a roster spot in the first place. Kept with it and fought for it and eventually got that suplex. My word, moonsault press by Keith Lee gets a 1 count. Tried to surprise Dragunov there. Surprised me, I can tell you that. Was not expecting that out of the big man this early on in the contest.
5 minutes gone.
And Keith Lee stalling suplex, sending Dragunov to the floor. Again, smartly, taking his time in the center to catch his breath. Keith Lee doing his best to control the pace here after a fiery start from Dragunov.
1, 2.
Big drop kick from Keith Lee, gets a 2 count. Oof. Nice suplex there, pulling him back to his feet and whipping him into the corner. Now we've seen Dragunov and only Dragunov attempt that. Very unique offense here. Pulling his opponent back to his feet and immediately transitioning it into an Irish whip into the corner. Or let's say hammer throw into the corner, I guess. And now it's Dragunov's turn to get a little time and space. Sending Keith Lee up in the corner. In the tree of woe now and working on that midsection. Keith Lee quickly evades. Oh man! And responds with a throwing belly to belly that sends Ilya Dragunov to the floor. And once again, Keith Lee calmly getting his win back. And off we go. Another nice suplex there from Dragunov, but you can see the toll it takes on him getting a big man like Lee up. And once again thrown to the floor by limitless Keith Lee with that overhead belly to belly. Oh! Thrown out a 3rd time. And this time Lee follows him out. Counters some sort of powerbomb or pile driver attempt there. And again with the belly to belly, trying to throw him into the crowd this time, but it ends up bouncing off the guardrail, does Dragunov. And now whipped into the corner post. Once again into the guardrail. Discus forearm there from Keith Lee, who is expanding this offensive advantage with every maneuver as we have just crossed the 10-minute mark here. Oh, swept into a compromising position there was Keith Lee. Dragunov can have the MMA advantage. I don't know what else to call it. It's like not exactly a takedown, but it's sort of a starting MMA position. The double leg, I suppose. As you can see, Dragunov able to fend Keith Lee off long enough to get back in the ring. The only place this match can end. Back they go. Shot for shot. Oh! Hang on! What a sequence there! I think Dragunov got the best of it, but Keith Lee fights on. Oh! Whoa! Dragunov absorbs the first German and then throws Keith Lee. Now again, that double leg.
Give up. Give up.
This again, Keith Lee's got to get out of here, or match could end due to referee stoppage if he doesn't defend himself. Interesting angle on that power bomb from Ilya Dragunov. That's a weird looking move. Now pulling him back to his feet once again. Dragunov starting to feel it. Flips him inside out with that clothesline. Looking to do it again. 2 in a row. Looking for a 3rd is Dragunov. Keith Lee doesn't know which way's up. Oh, you can see the toll it takes. A little slower this time. Looking for 5. Nope, can't make it. Didn't have the win for that fifth one. Now Keith Lee. Oh, I thought he might try to catch his breath here, but no, follows Dragunov out to the floor. Oh, big STO style slam there. Two of them now, as we've crossed 15 minutes. You see Dragunov very winded after that sequence of vicious clotheslines to Keith Lee. Drops him with another one. And again, oh! That power bomb from Ilya Dragunov on the floor this time, but Keith Lee fighting on. Discus punch as a follow-up to another belly-to-belly. Dragunov doing his best to get a little time and space. No, tagging up for some indiscernible reason, and then a reverse suplex on the floor to Keith Lee. Who says nuts to this? It's Spirit Bomb time. Spirit Bomb to Dragunov on the floor, who pops right back up, and that gives Keith Lee pause. Both men back into the ring now. Second Spirit Bomb upcoming. No, fought off by Dragunov. And the fight continues on the floor once more. No countouts or DQs. And no mercy from Dragunov with those chops to the side of the head. And now an enziguri. Spirit Bomb! Planting Dragunov outside the ring. Hard-hitting singles contest here. Both of these men jockeying for position in the tag title rankings, no doubt. We have 3 championships they can be vying for. Well, no disrespect for Keith Lee, but I don't think he's going to qualify for the junior heavyweight title. So 2 titles that Keith Lee could be contending for, and I believe Dragunov's probably a junior, but I'm not quite sure about that. Oh. Hang on. Oh. Keith Lee flipping Dragunov inside out there. We've seen some real stiff lariats in this one, to say nothing of that enziguri, but Keith Lee back to his feet first. Just bodying Dragunov outside the ring once more. He almost picks him up by the ears and just tosses him. Or just like both sides of the head. As we have crossed the 20-minute mark in this one. Both men laying it all out there. Oh! Dragunov luring Keith Lee back outside the ring and spiking him with that suplex. Another Spirit Bomb incoming. Keith Lee dropping Dragunov once more. Trying to catch his breath is the limitless one. Trying to throw him through the announce desk as well. Oof. Another big suplex. Dragunov back into the ring. Keith Lee follows him up. Here we go. Nice counter there by Dragunov. Both men in the center of the ring. Looking for that knockout blow. Teardrop suplex by Dragunov, but Keith Lee's back up. Off the ropes, poorly timed, unfortunately, and both men are down. And once again sent out to the floor. Dragunov's going to follow up with a dive, torpedoing through the ropes, slamming himself into Keith Lee. And once again, another beautiful backdrop suplex from Ilya Dragunov, another roster member that's really taken advantage of the facilities provided to him as a member of the someone associated with the GWA, someone who strolls down the gnarly wrestling aisle. 25 minutes deep into this one now. No end in sight as they continue to brawl on the floor. Dragunov trying to introduce a chair just before the 30-minute mark here. Keith Lee thinking, no thank you. Both men returning to the ring, taking their time. With a nice suplex there by Dragunov, who thinks he's got things well in hand. Another nice teardrop suplex. Into the cover. Juan, look at that smirk on his face because he knew he had him. Big teardrop suplex by Ilya Dragunov, and he pins Keith Lee clean in the center of the ring. How'd they do? 98. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, save that. And here's our semi-main event. We got some 6-person tag team action. Let me tab over to my text file to let you know that Okada's team, as it's listed here, is in fact Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega, and your GWA World Heavyweight Champion Kenta Kobashi, looking to take on Keiji Muto, CM Punk, and Buddy Murphy. It's quite the squad. Boink. Let's get down to the ring and see how this goes. I just wanted a nice high work rate, 6-person tag. We could spin off into some singles from here if we so desire. This thing's starting off now with Kazuchika Okada in the shorts, Keiji Muto in the very decorated long tights. We'll be looking for that shining wizard, Will Muto. And of course the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada employing that Rainmaker clothesline. Both generational legends of their time, as you see Muto tagging out there to CM Punk. Fairly recent signee. I think it was in this 3rd year. Sometimes I sign people that I don't necessarily like, just because I know they might put on good matches, or in this case, in CM Punk's case, they might be in the news in really real life soon, so isn't it nice to have them on our roster? Plus, we had Bryan Danielson last time around, so let's have CM Punk this time. As you see, CM Punk and Kenny Omega. I am most looking forward to, in terms of singles matchups, that we're going to see in this one. Hang on. Golden Trigger from Kenta Kobashi and Kenny Omega, who then follows it up with a nice leg drop to Punk. I was going to say, I wouldn't mind seeing Punk versus Kobashi for the title, and I want to see Omega and Buddy Murphy in the ring at the same time, because that is just a V-trigger party. Kobashi looking to slow things down on the aforementioned Buddy Murphy. Doesn't like what he sees. Thought better about getting a tag in as well. Did your World Heavyweight Champion. Might have just been luring Buddy Murphy into that corner.
5 minutes gone.
As we've just passed 5 minutes, you can see Buddy Murphy now trying to muscle Kobashi into the red corner. Nothing doing as Kobashi again puts on the brakes. Stomping away. And chopping away is Kenta Kobashi. Up top he goes. Diving leg drop. This time onto Buddy Murphy. Again chopping the man down to the canvas. As you can see, Okada and Omega looking on. Cloverleaf this time, but no support from the team of Kenta Kobashi as Muto and CM Punk are in to help Buddy Murphy out. Quite the roster we've developed so far. I like what I'm seeing. Muto now slowing things down. Muto and Kenny Omega, your 2 legal combatants. Both using knee-based offense. As you see a high knee into the figure 4 there from Muta, signature offense. Oh, and a Shining Wizard to top it off. But Muto pulling Omega back to his feet. And he escapes, and in comes your world champion, Kenta Kobashi. Muto looking to slow things down once again. Kobashi having none of it. Oh, sent off the ropes is Kobashi, but he bowls Muto over. Big kitchen sink knee lift there from Kobashi. Nice snap suplex in response by Muto, who now grabs an arm. Oof. A mistimed opportunity there. Moonsault by Kobashi to the back of Keiji Muto. Bit of a moonsault war, one would think, between these two as Keiji Muto tags out. And now we've got Kenta Kobashi versus CM Punk at the 10-minute mark. Moonsault from Kobashi too close to the ropes. Punk sets him up top. Gets countered by Kobashi into that beefy powerbomb. And now Kobashi tags out to Kazuchika Okada. Okada and Punk now. Slugging it out toward the center of the ring. Big spin kick by CM Punk, settling that argument. And now a bulldog off the ropes. Back to work with those kicks. Goes the Second City Saint. Oof. Back of the head that time. Punk looks like he hasn't missed a step. Off the ropes he comes. Another big bulldog. This time he's sent off the ropes, and a big boot by Okada, who's had enough of Punk and gets Kobashi back in. Punk with a suplex. Able to fend Kobashi off long enough to get Buddy Murphy tag back in. Let's see if Kobashi can make my dreams come true and get Kenny Omega in this matchup for a little V-trigger party with Buddy Murphy. Back and forth they go. Kobashi winning the battle, but took a lot out of him to do so. Murphy back to his feet, going up top. Oh, not enough time. Quickly thought better of it. As we have slowed things down a little bit as we approach 15 minutes. Hang on, big brainbuster there by Kobashi. Spiking Murphy, and again, no help on Kobashi's side of things. Meanwhile, Team Red Corner working like a well-oiled machine. And now we've got Buddy Murphy and Kenny Omega for a fraction of a second as Buddy Murphy immediately tags out to Keiji Muto, to the dismay of many, myself included. Off the ropes comes Kenny. Knee lift to the back of the head. Oh, looking for that V-trigger again. Muto able to evade. V-trigger. Rolls into the cover. 1, 2. 2 count. But again, no help from Team Blue. Oh, there you go. Okada finally steps in. Now that a submission was on the line. And another V-trigger, this time to the back of the head of Muto. Kenny looking for a second one, but can't quite pull it off. Hold on. One-winged angel to Keiji Muto, and now they're in for the help. And Muto kicks out. Kenny Omega's new gimmick is that everybody gets to kick out of the one-winged angel. At least once. But if he ever hits 2 in a match... Oh, and a Rainmaker by Okada looking to put him away. And he kicks out of the Rainmaker. Keiji Muto, that's just a lot of respect being paid in this six-person tag, let me tell you. Kicking out of both the one-winged angel and after a Rainmaker. Oh, burning lariat to Buddy Murphy, meanwhile, from Kenta Kobashi. Half and half. Throws Buddy Murphy into the center of the ring. Now just chopping away. Off the ropes he comes. Big lariat. Kobashi rocking and rolling here. Murphy looking to halt his momentum in a big bad way. Leg lariat to the temple of Kobashi. Murphy just grabs a headlock and pulls him into the red corner. Oh, into the Kamigoye knee strike. Off the ropes. V-trigger of sorts. Let's call it a high knee. Double knees off the ropes that time at the 20-minute mark. And we're finally getting Buddy Murphy Omega. This is what I've dreamt of. V-trigger away. No, once again, Buddy Murphy retreats and immediately tags out. Gosh. But that's okay. Kenny Omega and CM Punk now. Going back and forth. Oh, vicious kick to the side of Kenny Omega's jaw. Drops him. But Punk gets set up now. On the turnbuckle by Omega. Able to fend him off. Nope. Thought better of it as Omega got back to his feet. Perhaps a bit of miscommunication there amongst performers. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Into the Anaconda Vice. But Thankfully, Omega's teammates are in to help break it up. V-trigger to the back of the head of CM Punk and a tag to Kobashi. Punk momentarily distracted. Half and half, folds him in half. Kobashi pulls him away from the ropes and back to his feet. Oh, just beats him down with a vicious series of chops. In the corner now. Setting him up backwards on the top turnbuckle and pulls him off for a burning hammer. And then back to his feet, off the ropes. Burning clothesline. Burning lariat. He is on fire. Put him down. Kobashi does not, and Punk is able to tag out to Buddy Murphy once again. They're getting close to 25 minutes gone in this one. Quick roll up by Buddy Murphy. Almost does the trick as Kobashi's tag partners couldn't figure out how to break up the pin, even though they were in their own corner. Luckily, Kobashi able to roll his shoulder. What a combo there from Buddy Murphy! Hang on, double suplex from Omega, and Murphy sends Murphy out of the ring. Finally! One winged angel to Buddy Murphy by Omega. 1, 2, 3. The only interaction in the matchup when they were finally legal against one another was Omega hitting Buddy Murphy with his finish for the victory. Couldn't have booked that any better myself. That was awesome. Kenny Omega picking up the win for his team. Getting the win on Buddy Murphy, 97%. Good stuff. Look where you at. 97%. There we go. All right, we still got the main event of this first show to go. Yeah, as the Hall of Fame Championship is going to be on the line, your champion, Hangman Adam Page, putting the belt up for grabs against the Viper, Randy Orton. Orton's been tearing through the competition in like 10 minutes or less with that RKO. Let's see what he does when there is a championship on the line and a proud champion across from him looking to defend that title. Let's get down to our main event. Mr. Bigfoot about to call for the bell, and we are underway. Adam Page with kerchief against Randy Orton with connect the dot looking tattoos. I gotta find something to put underneath there that like darkens it a little bit, because there is shading on his skulls and stuff. Anywho. Oh, thought Orton may be going for that Orton stomp, but quickly Adam Page back to his feet, doesn't want any part of that. Page will be looking for that buckshot lariat or that dead eye. And of course, Randy Orton, we were looking to hit that RKO out of nowhere. Both men back and forth in the opening moments here. Nice drop kick there from Page. But Orton, savvy ring veteran, you're not going to throw too much at Randy Orton that he hasn't seen before. Calm, cool, and collected in most cases. Unless he's mad at you. In that case, he's a vicious tyrant of a competitor. One of the most violent ever. I mean, in like WWE lore. Personally, I've never really gotten into Randy Orton stuff. Not saying he's not talented, but just never really did it for me. Much like this Orton stomp isn't really doing it for Hangman Adam Page right now. Nice suplex there from Orton. And it looks like the challenger beginning to take over on the champion here. Another Orton stomp all the way around. Heel of the foot to every major joint at an awkward angle. There it is, the RKO at the 5-minute mark. Into the cover goes Orton. 1, 2. Page able to escape it too. Nice butterfly suplex from the champion. heck of a mountain to climb for Page here. And we're only 5 minutes deep in this one. As we said, Orton can finish these matches in sub 10 minutes. Kind of an interesting hire for us. Took a gamble. I'll have to reevaluate eventually, especially once we're on the new contract. See how things go. Performance is very important, but not even wins and losses. If you lose, but lose gracefully, and by gracefully I mean you're putting on like 90, 95s in your matches, I got no problem. But if you're losing or winning and putting on stinkers, I just don't want stinkers. Don't be stinky, Orton. That's all I'm saying. Another RKO, and this could do it early. 2, 3. Randy Orton wipes the floor with Hangman Adam Page. I might have to nerf him at some point. As we have ourselves a new Hall of Fame champion, and his name is Randy Orton. And it was probably a terrible match. I haven't even looked, but I'm guessing in the 70s or the 60s. 65%. What a stinker. All right, let me double check some things here. Randy Orton. How we doing, Randy Orton? 95% against Matt Robinson. Had a great match, but that's Matt Robinson. He can have a great match with everybody. Yamato had a great match with Yamato. Jack Howard did okay, 87%. Let's see. What else do we have? Randy Orton in a tag match, 68%. Okay. Randy Orton, Kenny Omega, 99%. Okay. And now I'm going back to the point where he's not even hired. So yeah, I guess wasn't in the mood to mess around in this title match. Okay, got ourselves a new Hall of Fame champion, and now we got to build somebody up to try to unseat Randy Orton for that title. Let me hang on 1 second. They are the 5th Hall of Fame champion. And it's their first reign. Okay. And that event. Yep, Orton won the Hall of Fame belt in our 1 title match. 16-6. Beautiful. It's gonna bring in 32k or 320k, excuse me, at least. Hang on, let me get myself back on the screen. Boink, boink. Kushida and Samuel are the new NXT Junior champs. Sure. Hogan! Hollywood Hogan has won the Big Japan belt. He has been staking up the ring forever. Sumi Sakai is the new Ring of Honor Junior champ. You got it. Come on, GCW. Oh, Atsushi Aoki, maybe, is the new Legends Junior champ. Oh. Okay, Dragon Gate has a 6-man tournament this month. Legends has a singles tournament this month. We are not doing a tournament this month, I don't think, unless we want to tag some, or crown some tag champs. That might be fun. Fujita in Japan, okay. Phoenix was on a Japanese show, and they pulled solid ratings, so now we're starting to get a little bit of traction in Japan. Yeah, come on down. Neo from Noah coming in. Sure thing. Neo from Noah, huh? If they're a junior heavyweight, would I be daring enough to give them a junior heavyweight championship opportunity right out of the gate? I might do it. Neo from Noah is in year 3, month 6. Okay. Okay, so that's a free talent for us, so let's go ahead and save real quick. Now we take a look at what we did here. Oh, hang on. First, before I do anything else. Consultation. Raven, you're not making nearly enough money. Come here. There you go. Now you're making $1,000. At least. There you go. Okay, so let's save that again quick. How we doing? Training center. Let's do our repairs. Okay, now what is there one that significantly affects their durability? There, slightly increases defense and increases durability. The judo coach. Okay. Less likely to lose trust with a good lounge. Okay. Welcome to the lounge. And a ring doctor. There now we at least have everything. There you go. We've invested in our talents, top of the line facilities, and nothing but. All right, now we have Raven on the roster, and we haven't even debuted them yet. We have room on the roster for one more competitor, as it happens, or maybe two more competitors, as it happens. Right. We found somebody was scouted for us. Habit. So let's send them back out. Kings Road Showman, Japan, America. So let's do Kings Road, America. Kings Road is close to Strong's, so that shouldn't be too bad. There you go. So Fujita they found, I'm assuming in Japan. I don't know if that's a first or last name though. Looking for Fujitas. Boo, so far no good. Going as fast as I can. Oh, could be you. Could be you. Kings Road, sure. Standing shoulder hold as your finish. I feel like you're in you're old, but you're in Noah at the moment, or have been in Noah recently. Okay, let me take a look at you. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a title shot. Let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe. Hang on, you're not very popular. I'm not gonna give you a title shot, but you are gonna be on the show for us, for sure. All right. I'll hire somebody and put my new hiree against you. Maybe I'll put you against a Raven, or you and somebody against, or Raven and someone against you and the new hiree, or something like that. Just to give Raven a nice tag match coming in. Okay. Let's take a look at our free agent situation. I did want to bring in Becky Lynch for that title match. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, Becky. I'm going to lowball you. Hang on, let me back out and save first, just in case. Oh. Here it comes. As soon as I remember where it goes. Okay. Becky Lynch. I should hire Bruno Sammartino, but it's just stylistically, I don't want to call a match where I'm building to a bear hug as a finish. No offense. It had its time and place. On TV or on YouTube or something, hey, I'll watch. But do I want to bring that to my promotion? No. I'd rather, if I'm going for a submission finish, disarm her. How about that? Something along those lines. Anyway. We're going to lowball them on the bonus. We took them out to a fancy dinner, and come on, Becky! Okay, let's strike one on Becky. Strike one for Becky. Come on, Becky! I'm going to medium ball them right out of the gate, see if we do it. No sense waiting. Okay, human resources, offer contract. Everybody. Becky Lynch! Come on, Becky Lynch! Okay, I'm going to highball them and see if it works. I got the money to spare. I can spend a little more, because I know in long term I'm going to earn it back, the first month, if not the second. So, okay, for the biggest signing bonus we can possibly give you, how about now? Or do I have to wear you down like I did Ray Phoenix? 30 grand! That's what I thought. You're not going to turn down a $30,000 bonus. Okay, so that brings Becky Lynch out from the European territory. Okay, and that puts this person over here. Again, oh, they're from Europe. Okay, so I'm running out of people already. Gosh, I was hoping the scouting would go faster. Okay, so a couple of things I'm going to do. We're putting Becky Lynch against Ray Phoenix for the Junior Championship in our main event. And I am putting Mad Polly in the first match if they're not beat up. Actually, I got to check on the condition of some of these wrestlers. It's, in my mind, a slightly smaller show, but I still have some things to do, housekeeping-wise. I got to debut Raven, so I'm going to put him in the middle of the show. We're going to do Neo in from Noah versus Raven making their debut. I don't know how that's going to go, to be quite honest. All right. So those things are set because I'm assuming they're going to be okay because they didn't work for us before. So let's save that. Oh, let's check our merchandise. How'd we do? Blew those out. Wasn't expecting to blow these out, but that's fine. We got a ton of stuff that we're just going to take with us to Mexico. Don't worry about it. We're not going to make any more merchandise. We've already spent a lot doing other things. Training centers up to date. We got one more month. Excuse me, wrong thing. Broadcast contract, please. One more month on this broadcast contract where we can't dismiss 2 or more wrestlers, and we haven't fired anybody, so we're okay. Not a soul. So nothing to worry about there. I will do a little consultation on this. Drew wants some more money. Okay. Drew. Tiny raises from here on out. Personal advice. KG Muto. Okay. Already making bank, I'm pretty sure. Muto. Right here. Okay. Never mind. They weren't making nearly as much as I thought. Tiny raise there. Personal advice. How we doing? Mad Polly, you deserve it. You've been busting your butt in that first match for us for a long time. Hang on, let's save this first. Consultation. Mad Polly. Okay. Tiny raises. Okay. Personal advice. Trust. There don't seem to be any trust issues, but be careful. No problem. All right, anybody hurt? Anybody hurting for certain? Oof, Keith Lee's out. Okay. This is what we do first. We analyze who can and cannot go. Keith Lee, your match with Ilya Dragunov was a banger, but it also beat you the crap up. Okay. Oh. Buddy's fine. Everybody else is doing all right. Mad Polly, I could stand to rest. So let's Mad Polly. CM Punk can also be stood to take a little time off there. I don't want people getting hurt here. Raven's fine. They haven't worked yet. Everyone else can go, I think. Let's just double check real quick. I didn't actually look at the actual condition of those. I was looking at body parts. Yeah, Keith Lee. If they're going to say they're okay, but I don't trust them. So, wasn't planning on... How many is that out? 3? And we just hired Becky, so that actually gives us 25. So that's 22 available on the roster. So we have 23 because we have Neo in. Okay, I can go ahead and rest. Whoever that other person was. Hino, I can rest Hino. No problem. You and Polly beat the crap out of each other. Okay, so I rest 4, so I have 21 of 22 available, which still means I have... Or 21 of 26, excuse me, available, which means I have 22 people available because Neo is in. Alright, I still should be able to book something good here. Alright. Save that. I don't know if I did anything, but we'll save it anyway. Okay, now let's see if we can make some magic. What were we doing before? 3,000? Here we go. Let's see how many we can bring with just an announcement of this title match as a 7th match of the card. Ray Fenix. Okay. No real foothold, even if they are popular, against Becky Lynch. Oh, that's fun. We'll go with the this one. Yeah, see, they don't give a hoot in Mexico. Okay, so that was always going to be our main. I was planning on putting like Raven and Neo here. boink. Raven. Let's see what you got. Oh, with or without thing tied around his waist. That's awesome. And then WWE Raven. And then TNA Raven. Nice. Let's go TNA Raven. You weirdo. Against Neo. Coming in from Noah. Hi there. You also have 4 costumes. Good for you. Okay. Sure. Hey man. 1100 on 2 matches so far of 5,000. That's not bad. Okay, now traditionally what I like to do is just go, who are my popular heels? I'm looking for popularity in the 3rd number this time. So that's Rojo, that's Randy, that's Punk, who we're resting. So let's put them all together, see what we can do. If I did another 6-person tag, now featuring our new champion, but I did a 6-person tag, Randy Orton and the Junior Achievers. Okay, start with Dragon Rojo, and then we go El Tejano, and then we go Randy Orton. I like the thread of gold throughout all 3 of them, kind of tying all that together. Okay, so we got those 3 big bad heels, and let's get a good face team to go against them. Something good in that 3rd number, like Kobashi. Always good to put your, I like to at least, put your like top champ, you know, in a nice tag match here and there to keep him doing stuff. Keiji Muto. See, they were opponents last time, but I could easily do like Kobashi, Okada, Muto, and do pretty well popularity-wise. That kind of kills the rest of the card, don't get me wrong. But I should at least try... Let's see. Wait, who hates me? Okay, A. David Houston is down at an A. Mickey Williams is down at an A. Dragon Rojo Jr. is down at an A. Randy's still a B, even though we just booked him to destroy that dude. Okay. Got a couple A's and a B. Oops. Okay, we're trying to go strong faces. Kenny does well wherever. So Kenny. I don't want to do Kenny KG. Well, that's fun. Kenny KG. Oh, hang on, wait a minute, 1 second. Boink. Boink, boink. No, please. Okay, select KG Muto. There we go. Black and white, because your 4th costume is Bullet Club, so it's also black and white. Okay, Kenny KG and Adam Page. Because we're still trying to get Page over. Okay. And now I can do, like, a tag match here. But I'm also trying to sell it out with no advertising. So I'm, you know, minimizing the quote-unquote damage. Because if I did this, yeah, there go a bunch of people like just like that. Or if I do Mexico Urban... Okay, the expenses left? Let's check this out. Medium, 35, 21, 56, 5,000 seater. Urban, small hall, 5,000 seater, more people, less expenses. We've moved the show! That's how these things evolve. Okay, in our first match, we don't have Mad Polly this month. Or this, this month, in terms of in-story. So hang on, let me first scroll down here and get this thing booked right. So, we have the heel team of Rojo, Tejano, and Orton, taking on Page, whom he just defeated. Yeah, this actually works. Page, whom they defeated, and Kenny Omega. And I honestly forget the 3rd person. I'll figure it out. Oh, Muto. I believe it's Omega, Muto, and Page. Just to keep people... It's really weird because Omega and Muto were on opposite teams last month, but what are you going to do? Anyway. Sure, I'm stacking this card. Okay. I'm going to see if we can fill this sucker at $10 fairly early, because we only have 3 matches announced. I was thinking of putting tag match. Let's put Bullock and Mastiff, who have been absolutely crushing it as a team. And we're putting up against... We're going to go... Yeah, we're going to go Okada and your champion, Kenta Kobashi. And we're going to hope that they can stop this squad. There we go. Okay, so now we do the first half of the card. So, singles match, heels. Polly's out, Punk's out, Dragunov's still available. It's kind of Dragunov, Williams, and Walker, so let's do Mickey Williams. Nice singles match here for you. Against Lee's out. You against Houston. Again, we're just trying to fill the sucker up now. We're going to do Thomas Walker against Buddy Murphy. Alright, we sold it out on that. How are we doing at $20? 2,000 people. Can I get 2,000 people? Oh, I forgot all about these guys. That's funny. Okay, Yuji Hino I was going to rest. I can do a tag match here with McIntyre and Dragunov against Howard and Robinson. And I can start moving these around. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Doing everything I can. Don't worry about it. It's a weird house show in Mexico. McIntyre and Dragunov. Not the impact I was hoping for. And Matt Robinson, Jack Howard. No advertising. Really? I can't sell this place out unless I do a TV commercial? Okay, well I'm gonna make 100 grand, but I'm spending 70, so that's only 30 profit. Okay, let's see what else I can do. Let's also see about... Hang on. I don't like starting with a tag match. Okay, doesn't seem to make a difference. These ones are up higher because they're obviously bigger. In fact, there you go. That's an even bigger match because Kobashi's closer to the top. Okay. There. That I'm fine with. Because I can get 100 grand and I'm spending 45, so I make more, like I'm making at least, you know what I mean? At least double my expenses. There. How are we doing here? See there, I'm making $1,000. I'm just happen to be selling out at a bigger arena. That's no good. Woof. Okay, there we go. 20 bucks. Print ad. Yep, print ad. Okay, I'm happy with that. 5,000 people in Mexico now. That's good. Let me tab over and write down this mess of a card. Just doing what I can do. Okay, Buddy Murphy, Thomas Walker opening us off. Not too shabby. I like to do... Gotta put one title match a show. That's what I'm trying to do here. At the very least. Okay. David Houston versus Mickey Williams. If you saw how I just tried to write the word Mickey into my text file right now, you would advise me to go lay down. And I will once I'm done all of this. Okay, Matt and Jack. Oh, that's Robinson and Howard. Howard branching off into different tag team partners here against McIntyre. Speaking of weird tag team partners, Tyre and Dragunov And then Neo versus Raven. What am I missing? Yeah. Do I only have 6 matches? Nope. I moved some around, that's why. Okay. Okay, and then the 6-person tag with Omega Muto Page versus Rojo, Tejano, and Orton, who's our Hall of Fame champion. And then semi-main, it's Okada and Kobashi, our world champion, versus Bullock and Mastiff, the undefeated tag team that actually beat Kenta Kobashi's team. Yeah, when they faced both champions, Kobashi and Page. I believe Kobashi even took the pinfall in that one. So he'll be looking for some measure of revenge with a new partner. Okay, and then in our main event, we have Becky Lynch, Rey Fenix for the GWA Junior Championship, Becky Lynch's debut with the company. I'm satisfied with that as our second and final show. Looks like we're going a little bit long today. Okay, confirm that match card. We did it. Got 5,000 peeps. Our behind the scenes stuff took a little longer this time. We got some stuff we gotta try to figure out and book on the fly. It's gonna get worse next week. It's gonna get worse. All right. Kind of dreading it. I should be excited for it, but I'm kind of dreading it. It's the booking the 48 weeks of TV. Like, I have an idea for the first month because I can do a 4 weeks of TV, 3 matches each. Like, do a little quick number 1 contenders tournament. But I don't want to do that 12 times a year. So like the week to week, just normal TV booking is like I can do month to month is easy because I'm building off of just like, okay, last month they did this. They got a big win. This month they'll do this. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just gonna stress me out. I don't know if I should be putting myself through it. Headcanon wise, obviously, it would be better, but I don't know if I have the resources to dedicate internally. Okay, we worked. Everyone who was available to work is working. We're not making any more merchandise. I did all my training center stuff. We're good in terms of... Yeah, I can't consult with them anyway. Okay. I'm not sending anybody training. I think we're all good here. How we doing? Yeah, I only have these 2 active. Plus we have the Hall of Fame Championship in our league. Let's do a quick sweep of the landscape, shall we? At least the singles champions we can take a good look at. So, WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, WWE Junior Champion Cedric Alexander, that's a good 1-2 punch. New Japan Champion Will Ospreay, New Japan Junior Champion Taka Michinoku. I'm skipping the tag teams because you only get to see one person anyway. Jericho is your AEW Champion, Nick Jackson, your Junior Champ. Looks like... I don't know if that's Brian or Christian Cage has a team. Anyway. Sure. LA Knight. Oh, LA Knight is the NXT champion, and they are a free agent. So they won the NXT title and then quit the promotion. That's a bummer. Huh. I can't help them. At some point in the future, I would like to involve NXT talent and then hire LA Knight and get them their belt back somehow. Maybe the easier thing to do is to get LA Knight in for a guest shot and get the belt off them and then start inviting NXT talent. But I don't know if that's a good... Like, we're not friends. I don't know if that's a good foot in the door to be like, hey, we have your title. Like, I'm not trying to screw them over in any way, shape, or form, but it's not like I'm taking the title from them. Their champion is currently a free agent. Anyway. All right, Swerve Scott is your junior champ. Hopefully he's not going anywhere. Teton is the CMLL champ. Atlantis, the junior champ. Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to see. I'm gonna check the other promotions really quick if I can. Hollywood Hogan is the Big Japan champion, defeating Daisuke Sekimoto after five defenses. I gotta see if that was highly rated or not. Takuya Nomura, I gotta tell you, I'm not intimately familiar with a lot of Big Japan. I know Drew Parker because I saw them in some GCW stuff, and oh my. Averno is the AAA champion. Arrow Star, the junior champion. PCO, the Ring of Honor champion, and Sumi Sakai, the junior champ. That's fun. Shuji Ishikawa, DDT champion. Saki Aki, junior champ. Kazuhiro Tamura, the All Japan Triple Crown champion. And Koji Iwamoto, the junior champ. Brother Yashi, as we saw, defended the belts, lost them to Kenta Kobashi, our champion, won it back in perfect booking with that Dragon Gate feud. Ben K, okay. Hernandez is the Impact champ. That's fun. And Rich Swann, the junior champ. Let's call it the X Division. Kazushi Sakuraba is the inaugural Noah champion. And the third junior champion is currently El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Wait. So he is the son of Dr. Wagner Jr.? Can you just be... You can't be Dr. Wagner the third? You have to be the son of Dr. Wagner Jr.? That's amazing. I love wrestling. Alright, Nick Gage, of course, is your two-time GCW champ, losing the belt to Delilah Doom, who dropped it to Johnny Valiant, and then Nick Gage won it back. That's fun. Also, the junior champion hasn't lost that one. Okay. Chono, your Legends champion. Atsushi Aoki, your junior Legends champion. That's fun. I think Davey Richards has got some things going on here. And then, yeah, Randy Orton, the Hall of Fame champion. Fun. Okay. Promotion stats. I gotta see this real quick. Big Japan, show me the results of your previous event. That was headlined by Hollywood Hogan in a 67. Honestly, with a 63 average, it was like the third best match on the show. Straight evaluation wise, you got 3,500 people in there, but very interesting work there. Hollywood Hogan, the Big Japan champ. That's hilarious. Okay, everything's set as far as I'm aware. Let's get this done. I'm looking at the time here. I'm already well in third hour. I mean, like, we're almost 2.5 hours in. Okay, everybody showed up for work here in Mexico. And Buddy Murphy, Thomas Walker! Let's go! Oh, let me get my big dumb face out of the way. Hurry! Yeah. You can hear interesting murmur in the crowd today. We're in a new area of Mexico. They are not intimately familiar with the GWA product, but we're gonna put on a show for them today. Starting things off with Thomas Walker, former GWA heavyweight champion of the world, in there with Buddy Murphy. He would love to taste gold here in the GWA, a former GWA junior heavyweight champion. Would love to get back into title contention with Buddy. Starting things off here in the opening contest. Setting the tone with the brilliant Devil Thomas Walker and the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy. / most violent prisoner? Whatever it is he's doing now. Hopefully he won't, if we ever have to release him from his contract with us here in the GWA, hopefully he doesn't make a cliched video about escaping some sort of prison or jail cell or etc. etc. I mean, if you can't come up with a concept that's any better than the jokes that Zack Ryder used to do in the Z True Long Island Story. Anyway, I do appreciate that the Malachi Black and Buddy Murphy thing sort of connect. And it's leaps and bounds above what happens in, like, Being the Elite and on Sammy's vlog. That's my rant. I'm done. That's my opinion on video stuff that wrestlers do these days.
5 minutes gone.
Buddy Murphy going to want to check the tape on that after he is reversed and sent to the floor by Thomas Walker. In and out amongst the crowd here. 5,000 strong here in Mexico. Enjoying some GWA action. Strolling down the gnarly wrestling aisle, no matter where it happens to be worldwide. The fight continues on the floor. No countouts or disqualifications on the floor of the GWA. Oh, and there's nothing stopping Thomas Walker using that fork. The only way to get out of it is for Buddy Murphy to free himself, and that he does, but not before he is busted wide open. At about the 6.5 minute mark of this one, you can see every time he hits the ground, the blood beginning to pool there underneath Buddy Murphy. Got to keep our eye on that wound as this match progresses. This is how Thomas Walker earned his way to a perfect record in the GWA Championship Series, giving him top seeding in the ensuing title tournament. He was upset in the first round and has had a huge chip on his back carried by the monkey on his shoulder. Or excuse me, huge chip on his shoulder carried by the monkey on his back ever since. Nice frog splash there into the cover. Almost puts Murphy down. Started that off with a headbutt. That not only hurt, but then smeared more blood into the eyes of Buddy Murphy, who Oklahoma Stampede lawn darts Thomas Walker into the turnbuckle. Falls up with a big set of Kawada kicks, but Thomas Walker fends him off. 450 splash, too close to the ropes. Super kick by Murphy, not going down without a fight. Still bleeding profusely is the best kept secret. Hopefully, the paramedics, it's not a secret what type of blood he is, because he is going to need a transfusion after this one. Spikes him with that Canadian DDT into the cover. 1, 2, no! Thomas Walker able to roll the shoulder at 2.9, and the fight continues. Walker off the ropes for a second, jumping forearm to the back of the head of Murphy. Trying to create a little space here is Buddy. Hang on. Over the ropes and into the face of Thomas Walker. Not paying dividends for Buddy Murphy thus far. Oof. Now he's able to fend the Brilliant Devil off momentarily. Oh dear. Low blow. Roll-ups don't help you outside the ring, kiddo. That goes for you too, Mr. Walker. Oh, complete shot. Just pulling his face into the ground. You can see the blood all over the ringside area. Hang on. Powerbomb combination upcoming. Powerbomb into a spiral bomb there from Buddy Murphy. But Walker immediately back to his feet. And throwing suplexes. Buddy Murphy mercifully rolls back inside and the fight can properly continue. Let's see how much the best kept secret has left in the tank after that beating. Oh, German suplex into the corner. Nicely done. That'll slow Walker down. Now sent across the ring. Oh, another lawn dart. Oh, into the middle. Turnbuckle up top. Big senton from the top rope. And as we crest toward 15 minutes, there's still life in Buddy Murphy. Despite how much of it is flowing into the canvas. You can see it pool there in the corner. Just a simple roll up and this should do it. 2, 3. Buddy Murphy didn't have anything left, quite literally. The fight had drained from his body. Thomas Walker, your winner. $88. That's not bad. Pretty good opener. Okay. Moving on. Rocking and rolling into this next matchup. More singles action. Mickey Williams, David Houston. Battle of the Trust A's. Battle of the guys that aren't in S's in terms of trust in the organization. Hey, Juice, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, unfortunately, Buddy Murphy bled like a stuck pig in that last match. Now, Thomas Walker able to take advantage, as is his wont. Securing the victory. Likewise, look for similar tactics from the Hell Knight Mickey Williams in this contest against the Anti-Gravity Kid David Houston. The second I say that, he starts gnawing on the forehead of David Houston and he's busted wide open in the opening minute of this contest. It's going to be a heck of a mountain to climb for David Houston if he's dripping his precious lifebloods all over the arena. Mickey Williams has a 5 count to drop that. Drops it at 1. And now tenderizing the brain meats of David Houston once more. Certainly not wasting any time, giving the GWA fans here in Mexico a taste of exactly what Mickey Williams is all about. Bludgeoning and feasting upon the flesh of his opponents. No count there from senior official Mr. Bigfoot. Most moves David Houston is attempting to this point are being countered as he continues to bleed, and now that torturous headlock by Mickey Williams. David Houston, unfortunately, unable to get out of the starting blocks in the opening few minutes here. Can't really string much together. Has been bleeding since, as we said, the opening minute of the match. Back to that torturous headlock, and again, nothing much doing for David Houston to this point, as Mickey Williams continues to squeeze the life, quite literally, out of his opponent, as we have passed 5 minutes in this one. A little bit of shine here for Houston with a nice arm drag after a suplex. Plenty of fight left in the anti-gravity kid. Oh no. But he's beaten down to the canvas once more. Mickey Williams looking for that drumstick once again. Just trying to pull his leg off of his hip. Time for a nosh. Must be the midpoint of the match for for Mickey Williams. Oh, deadlift German, nicely done. He does know a wrestling move or two. David Houston giving it all he's got. You can see when he thinks in terms of technical wrestling, and as I say that, an uppercut to the ding-a-ling almost scores a victory for Mickey Williams, but Houston showing he's made of sterner stuff into that seated dragon sleeper. That looks vicious, Loki style. But Williams not down for too long with a vicious spear in the corner. That spear in the corner. And now a delayed suplex sending David Houston out to the floor. Able to catch his breath, but again, he's still going to be bleeding and has been doing so for almost 10 minutes now. More traditional application of the Dragon Sleeper this time. Oh, then back to the soft, squishy man parts. Goes Mickey Williams, but David Houston's out at 2. Oh, once again to the mommy daddy button. And a scythe attack. Oh. Deadlift gut wrench. This should do it. 1, 2. No, Houston out at 2. Oh, but another ball shot. Williams real proud of himself. It's not bad enough that he busted the guy open in the first minute of the match. He's got to speed bag his testicles. Another suplex sending David Houston to the floor. You can see his blood is everywhere in this one. And then Mickey Williams following up with a double axe handle. I don't know who keeps putting these kendo sticks under the ring. They serve no purpose at a wrestling show. Oof. Steel chairs, though, make sense. Extra chairs. Oh, no. Oh, deadlift on the floor. David Houston has not had much offense at all this entire matchup. It has been mostly Mickey Williams, who I think delights in torturing his opponents more than finishing them off. I say that to try to reverse psychology him into ending this one mercifully. But hang on, David Houston rolls him up. 1 and only 1. No drama there whatsoever. As Mickey Williams goes back to work. Inverted atomic drop, real proud of himself. Pulls Houston back to his feet and now spitting mist into his eyes like he needed to before he locks on that King Cobra hold. Yeah, Houston will tap immediately, and why wouldn't you? My word, what a beating Mickey Williams just delivered there. Don't quite think that's going to hit the 88 of the previous matchup. Let me see. How did we do? 80. Yeah, that's what I figured. Not bad for a squash, essentially. Like an 80 for a squash is pretty good. Houston got like nothing. All right, tag team action coming your way next. Drew McIntyre and Ilya Dragunov, not affiliated, against Matt Robinson, Hollywood Hunk, Jack Howard. Sorry if these are abrupt, but again, we're trying to cruise through this second show. Get ourselves out of here in our normal 3-hour block. We are underway in this one. Mr. Bigfoot calling for the bell. The divine Matt Robinson dodging that headbutt from Drew McIntyre. Matt Robinson in the teal. Drew McIntyre slapping the taste out of his mouth in the black trunks with purple trim. You can see McIntyre's partner there, Ilya Dragunov, with that customary smirk in the red corner. Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard will be the tall gentleman with the blonde mullet. There you are, in the blue corner. McIntyre starting slow and steady with this one. Quick tag out, and here's going to be our first look at the Hollywood Hunk Jack Howard. Look for Drew McIntyre to likewise tag out fairly shortly, so we see a look at Ilya Dragunov opposite him. So far the Scottish Psychopath, there we go. I was going to say bring it to Howard, but nope, just creating that opportunity to get Dragunov tagged in for the first time, and now we will have seen all 4 competitors in this matchup, as we are not quite 3 minutes deep. Nice short arm clothesline there by the Hollywood Hunk, content to keep things nice and slow and steady in the opening minutes of this one. No doubt he has seen how revved up an Ilya Dragunov can get. Seemingly, the longer a match goes, the more punishment he absorbs, the more effort he puts into his attacks. Strange though that may seem. Like the old Greg the Hammer Valentine syndrome, where it took him a good 10 minutes to get warmed up to really start a fight. Seeing a similar essence brought by Ilya Dragunov. Nice double powerbomb there, as we are back to Matt Robinson and Drew McIntyre respectively. McIntyre maintaining that offensive advantage for Team Red Corner. Trying to keep Matt Robinson in that area as well. Nice snap suplex there, almost threw him out of the ring. Big body slam. McIntyre again looking for that Claymore kick. No stranger to, Matt Robinson. They faced each other before. Also effective with those strikes is Robinson, 100 percentile. As now Howard looked to be blocking a tag there between McIntyre and Dragunov. Early attempt at a camel clutch. McIntyre easily breaks that. Those things don't get deadly until the 20, 25, 30 minute mark, somewhere in there, depending on the action before it. Hang on. Dragunov is tagged in and Howard is unaware. Gets his arm worked over, and now Dragunov, well aware enough to make that counter. It's the Hollywood Hunk. And now Dragunov in a bit of a pickle in the blue corner. Hoping for a quick tag was Matt Robinson, but Howard content to lead the offensive charge. Now we get a tag. And some nice teamwork on the way out. Up goes Robinson. Nice diving elbow drop into the midsection of Dragunov. Trying to commit Grand Theft Oxygen. But in the ensuing chaos, Dragunov scurries back to his corner, and Drew McIntyre and Matt Robinson are once again your legal fighters. Hang on, boom! Drops him with an air raid crash. Does Drew McIntyre. Robinson thinks better of things and tags Jack Howard for some more double team offense. Another tag team powerbomb. Oh, before being bludgeoned back to the canvas once again by the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Hang on, Claymore kick, but Howard is right back to his feet and applies the rodeo stretch. Trying to slow things down is the Hollywood hunk after he got clipped with that Claymore kick and just fought his way back to his feet immediately. Trying to pretend it didn't happen for as long as the adrenaline holds out. McIntyre tagging up on his end of things. Ilya Dragunov fresh. And there against Jack Howard. Nice suplex by Ilya. Ooh, if you see that tuck position senton, that little cannonball senton of his. Oh! Dodges, or blocks rather, the backhanded chop. Now a nice clothesline in the corner from Howard. Drops the elbow. Smartly tags Robinson in. Likewise, Dragunov immediately tags McIntyre back in once he senses a bit of danger, and smart to do so as he's hit with a double powerbomb. Robinson eats a couple of air raid crashes from McIntyre. A third. Now he's waiting off the ropes. No, I thought he might be going for a well-timed Claymore once he stood, but thought better of it once Robinson rose to his feet. Able to create some space there by sending Drew McIntyre to the floor, but that unfortunately is going to slow things down if Robinson wants to get a tag into Howard. Hang on. Nope. Thought he might have attempted to tag there, but he just sent McIntyre to the floor. As you can see, Jack Howard able to take advantage of that fact. Robinson sort of keeping a watchful eye on both the action outside the ring and Dragunov in the other corner. There he goes. You can see once he's interested in combat he shall get, as Dragunov is felled with a divine intervention from Matt Robinson, then a big spin kick to the side of the head. Meanwhile, outside the ring, Jack Howard says this is it against McIntyre. Trying to set him up for something. Nice hook kick by Robinson inside the ring. Meanwhile, McIntyre grabs the chair and then starts appealing to the crowd. Oh, hang on. Air raid crash to Howard on the floor. Meanwhile, in the ring, Dragunov starting to take advantage on Matt Robinson. Oh. 3. And Matt Robinson, your legal combatants, temporarily back in the ring where they belong. Before we're once again... Oh, hang on. There we go. Things should settle down now. Back and forth they go, Robinson and McIntyre. As we approach 20 minutes in this one, Robinson with that nice discus lariat, able to tag in Jack Howard on Team Red Corner. Dragunov gets tagged in. McIntyre eating a TKO for his troubles on the way out the ring. Nice headlock there by Jack Howard, dragging Dragunov, pardon the expression, all the way into their corner, making it a lot easier for pin or submission attempts should the need arise. Nice discus lariat there, now dropping him in the center of the ring. TKO by the Hollywood hunk. Dragunov in a bad way here. Follow-away slam by Jack Howard. We're starting to see the signature offense of the Hollywood hunk on full display as we approach and pass the 20-minute mark in this one. Dragunov with a nice arm whip counter. Scurries back to his corner and gets Drew tagged back in. Double team powerbomb coming your way. Drew spending a lot of time appealing to the crowd in this one. Half and half suplex from the Hollywood hunk, hurdling Drew McIntyre into the corner, and now a raiding spike. Tagging out to Matt Robinson immediately afterward. Interesting strategy there by the Hollywood hunk. Robinson pulling McIntyre back to his feet, dropping him a couple of times again with kicks. And now that sit-out dominator of Robinson's ascending to the top turnbuckle, missing with the elbow drop. I don't know why you don't go for a cover immediately after that rating spike, but oh dear. Scissored sleeper for the win. Never mind. They had it well in hand as Matt Robinson just wraps Drew McIntyre up in that scissor sleeper, that body sleeper. And it is night-night for Drew McIntyre. I'm hitting the button like crazy. For Drew McIntyre. There we go. And Ilya Dragunov. 96 percentile. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. All right. Good tag match. We're almost halfway through the show. Get that here. Match number 4. Newly signed talent Raven. Peak Raven is on the GWA roster. And we got a buddy in from Pro Wrestling Noah, Neo, a junior heavyweight talent. So we threw them in the ring together. That's pretty much what's going on here. I'm hoping Raven wins because they're on our roster, but we'll see what happens. This is one of the few occasions where a debuting talent is debuting against a guest. As you see Raven in full TNA gear. Against Neo, who I think had a prior name. I'm not entirely sure what it was. I'm fairly certain they existed as an entirely separate entity before them. Oh, it's Hiroki. Okay. Hiroki, who would spell their name High 69, essentially, because the 6 and 9 in Japanese kanji is like Ro and Ki, so it's Hiroki, is now apparently known as Neo. Okay, I knew it was somebody I was familiar with. Oh, poor Noah that went through like 2 or 3 different logos in the past 2 or 3 different years. Raven, as we said, relative newcomer. New hire here in the GWA, looking to establish themselves. Not the flashiest wrestler in the world, but we'll see how they do. In and amongst the talent here. Very effective DDT has Raven, so they've at least got that going for them. A lot of Gaga and shenanigans, perhaps. I guess it's kind of fitting. In the first iteration of the GWA, we had Bray Wyatt. And in this one we have Raven. Oh man! Nice Michinoku driver by Neo! 1 count, says senior official Mr. Bigfoot. And the fight continues. Boom. Raven, a world-class brawler.
5 minutes gone.
Some of the better ring psychology you'll see that might not directly translate into, as we said, the flashiest moveset. But he's got a heck of a DDT, and there it was. Neo having to send Raven to the floor now. This might work in Raven's advantage, actually, as he's now able to grab a chair. Swinging neckbreaker on the floor. Raven trying to work himself back up into an advantageous position into this battle. Nice neckbreaker. Boom, and again spikes him with that DDT. Oh. Neo trying to slow things down with that leg bar. There are no countouts or DQs outside the ring. There we go, Neo knows it. The only place the fight can end is inside the confines of the GWA ring. I feel like it's half a tag team. This version of Raven's probably better. We'll see. Nice reversal into the clothesline from Raven. Signature Bulldog. Following it up. Here comes Neo. Raven absorbing that shoulder tackle. Hits a Russian leg sweep. Oof. Big boot to the midsection there. Another Russian leg sweep. Shout out to the Sandman. Oh, nice. Arm lock here by Neo. Raven having to do some work there to bust free. Now just raking the eyes of his opponent. Our old buddy Neo in from Pro Wrestling Noah. It's nice when we get guests. As we are now 10 minutes gone. Raven with the Aleister Black pose. Working over the midsection of Neo once more. Off the ropes he's sent. Able to bull Neo down, but gasping for breath is Raven as well. Maybe not quite back in ring shape. We sent him to GCW the other month to hopefully get him back in shape, but eats a DVD from Neo into the cover! Just two, Raven able to kick out. I don't know if Raven was aware of this at the time of his signing his contract, but we can't do interference, so there's not a lot of help that his stablemates can provide him outside of the legal, enforced rules of a tag match. Oh, another vicious Death Valley driver from Neo. Looking to get the better of Raven here, too. Raven out again. I'll say this for Raven, he's quite resilient. Neo says this is it. Able to counter Raven once more, but Raven rolls through that suplex. Oh, vicious kick to the midsection. Hang on, Raven going low. Try to get that advantage back. Did not last. Ducks the clothesline, does Neo, but gets spiked with the DDT once more, and Raven can't make the cover. Oh wait, now he does. 1, 2, 3. Raven! Awesomely done. That couldn't have gone better. Just put him down and out. He can't even get off him. Perfect. Pins him following the even flow DDT. I'm fine with that. What we gotta do is get Raven in a situation where he can do weapons and shiz. See how he does. Okay. I got Raven because I want to do death matches. Not exclusively, but I don't mind having them in a strong style fed because I have them as an option. And we did a whole cage match pay-per-view already and it was fine. We still got pretty good ratings. So. Alright, speaking of ratings, let's see how this next 6-person tag team match does. I'm too lazy to go check to see who's in it, so let's go and call it when they're in the ring. Actually, hang on, let me just tab. It is Kenny Omega, Keiji Muto, Hangman Adam Page versus Dragon Rojo Jr., currently in the ring with Kenny Omega, Tejano Jr., and your new Hall of Fame champion, Randy Orton. So it is Randy Orton and the Junior Achievers against Kenny Omega, Keiji Muto, and Hangman Adam Page. Page and Omega, former AEW tag team champions in really real life, so there is a tag team connection there. And like we said, Randy Orton is teaming with the Junior Achievers, as you just saw Tejano and Dragon Rojo Jr. exchange a tag there in the corner. I just thought that name was funny. El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr., the Junior Achievers. As Keiji Muto tagged in for the first time. Hang on. A Doomsday Device V-trigger, and El Tejano says nope. In comes Randy Orton. Shining Wizard to El Tejano on the way out. If I were him, I would just keep walking up the ramp and leave. Doomsday Device V-trigger to start the match. That's what we're going with. Gotta start off hot. Crowd barely reacted. Randy Orton, you cannot argue with their success, but I'm arguing with their match quality because they're inconsistent, let's say, especially in that latest tag title match where they just mopped the floor with Hangman Adam Page. I might have to reevaluate this Randy Orton character. We'll see. This is the last show under our current broadcasting contract. Starting next week, I'm able to hire and fire people as I see fit.
5 minutes gone.
You heard the 5-minute call there. Randy Orton winning that strike battle with the former Hall of Fame champion Hangman Adam Page, and then tagging out to Dragon Rojo Jr., who's slowing things down with a single leg Boston Crab in the center of the ring. Taking the legs out from the Hangman once more. Able to kick it 1. Off the ropes this time. Hangman puts the brakes on that. Slams Dragon Rojo Jr. and then tags in Kenny Omega. Off the ropes. Nice moonsault out of the corner by Omega, but too close to the ropes, unfortunately, to make a proper pin attempt. Now, Rojo tagging out to Orton. Trying to keep fresh competitors in the ring for both squads at all times. See how long that can last, as this thing will eventually devolve. As you see Orton applying that stomp right away. Trying to hit every major joint. I don't know that he's actually done this move in a number of years, but when I think Randy Orton, I think the Orton stomp. That's part of his signature offense. Very polite applause on that 1 count. I think they're just happy to see Keiji Muto. As Orton going all the way across. You can probably just focus on the knees, Orton, if I were you. Spoiler alert, Keiji Muto has bad knees. From doing lots of, moonsaults and shiz for decades as a wrestler. It hurts. It takes a toll. Nice follow-away slam by Page. Slamming Orton to the turnbuckle. He immediately tags out to El Tejano Jr. so he can catch his breath, get his wits about him again. Smartly done there by Orton. But now Page sending Tejano Jr. to the floor. That should open things up in a big bad way. Only momentarily, though. Orton wisely staying on the apron, preventing that from devolving into an all-out brawl. We'll get to those at some point. Like, at some point, we'll have to have some tornado tag matches and whatnot. Hang on! Dead-Eye to El Tejano Jr. Into the cover, but wrong part of town, as Orton's able to break that up at 1. Up goes Tejano. Nice! Flipping senton splash off the top, but again, too close to the ropes. Page with a second Dead-Eye. Just mashing that R3. Trying to fend off all 3 members, it seems, of this team. Oh my gosh! That hanging DDT off the middle rope. More signature offense from Randy Orton, and there's the RKO into the cover.
2.
Page just able to escape. As you saw the Junior Achievers running a defense for Randy Orton. Page scrambling back to his corner to get Keiji Muto tagged in. And that Randy Orton, I tells you. Trying to mend the match in a heartbeat with that RKO out of nowhere. Off the ropes this time. Big clothesline to Muto. Able to ground Randy Orton. At least momentarily. Shining Wizard. Nicely done by Muto. But it takes a lot out of the man. He's not a spring chicken. Nice dragon screw leg whip. Mind you, it's not like Muto in his prime is this edit. It is later. It is current/later era Muto. Currently having to contend with Dragon Rojo Jr. in the ring. A nice Shining Wizard to the side of his jaw. From the Japanese legend. Sent off the ropes. Just flapjack down. Rojo off the ropes with a nice diving leg drop. I believe he has a diving guillotine off the top as a finish. Muto able to avoid further damage and get Kenny Omega tagged in. Nice double drop kick. Omega off the ropes. Sliding drop kick to the side of the head of Dragon Rojo there. Now that Kenny's in the matchup, expect things to speed up considerably. Nice 619 by Dragon Rojo Jr. And he gets his tag team partner, I'm going to start calling him that, El Tejano tagged in. Oh. Thought better about tag team offense. Triple powerbomb upcoming. Levels Kenny Omega. Pulls him away from the ropes and no. Fends off a cover attempt. Does the cleaner Kenny Omega. Reverses the hammer throw, but both men are down. We're about 20 minutes into this one. Thank you very much, Foregathers, for the follow. Oh, vicious shot there by El Tejano Jr. Able to fight his way back to the red corner. Getting his partner, Dragon Rojo, tagged back in. You see the Junior Achievers. Nice tags there. That's what's going to make them an effective team. Double stomp. But Hangman Adam Page once again kicking out. As we pass the 20-minute mark and Page is trying to fight his way back to that blue corner. Hang on. Wins a strike battle with Rojo and almost knocks him out. Small package attempt by Dragon Rojo Jr. thwarted by Kenny Omega. Page getting closer and closer to making that tag. Dropping Rojo Jr. with a suplex, but he rolls straight through and gets Orton tagged in. This is bad news for Hangman Adam Page. Orton has had his number. As you can see him now applying the Orton stomp. And one to the side of the head at the end for good measure. Hangman doing his best to fight his way free and get back to his corner. There he goes. Keiji Muto tagged in. Orton able to fend them off. Big DDT to Muto from Orton. Now he's starting to stomp on Muto. Slow and steady wins the race. Especially if you're Randy Orton. Oh, tries for the RKO and gets caught in a sleeper attempt. Excellent counter by Muto. Hang on, a second counter, this time a roll up. Got him. Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr. unable to tag up before they can make an attempt to save Randy Orton from that roll-up attempt. What work by Keiji Muto to out-wrestle Randy Orton and score a pinfall victory over the reigning Hall of Fame champion. Let me just there we go. Very interesting, because now that he's done that, since Keiji Muto, technically a legend, that segues nicely into giving him a title shot next time around. Okay, how'd they do? 85%. Okay, we got 2 matches left to feast your eyes upon. Coming up, our semi-main tag team match, seeing the GWA heavyweight champion Kenta Kobashi in there with Kazuchika Okada as they take on the surprisingly effective tag team of Dave Mastiff and the convict Bill Bullock. This team actually owns a pinfall victory over a team in which Kenta Kobashi was a member. I do believe that Kenta Kobashi even took the pinfall in that matchup, so there is plenty on the mind of your GWA heavyweight champion, as well as the tag team he faces tonight. Let's get down to the ring and see how it shakes out. Kenta Kobashi looking for a measure of revenge with a new tag team partner. Mastiff and Bullock looking to continue their undefeated ways as a tag team. Immediate regal stretch by Dave Mastiff. As we said, Dave Mastiff and the convict Bill Bullock. You can see them on the apron there in the black and green. Proving to be a very effective combination. They've been together as a tag team for the past 3 months or so, I'd say. Doing quite well for themselves. Kobashi and Okada formerly tagging up in a 6-person tag team match. This is their first foray to being a proper tag team. Nice diving European uppercut by the Rainmaker. The name of both, or his nickname, and also the name of his finishing maneuver, that Ripcord Lariat, that he can deliver at any time to anyone. Nice headlock takeover by Bullock, but too close to the ropes there. Got to be broken. Drop down by Okada. Make it 2. Boom! Flapjack. Some one-legged flapjack there. buys Okada the time he needs to tag in your GWA heavyweight champion. Here's our first look at Kenta Kobashi. Oh, and he eats a big boot from Bill Bullock. No intimidation shown by the convict. His confidence game has grown leaps and bounds since associating himself with Dave Mastiff. Bill Bullock, who didn't win a single match, or only won a single match during the GWA Championship Series to begin his GWA career, went from that to upsetting the number one seed in the tournament itself, to not winning many matches until, as we said, he hooked up with Dave Mastiff. Really turned his career around. Really fits in the, fits and spurts. What is it? Stops and starts with the Bill Bullock, who, as we've said, if he just sort of
5 minutes gone.
eliminated a couple of moves from his arsenal, would make quite a legitimate contender to a lot of these titles. Like Dave Mastiff, tough guy, doesn't need to cheat. There are a couple too many low blows or rakes of the eyes from a Bill Bullock, let's say. Not quite necessary when you're a wrestler of the caliber of a convict. You just gotta believe in yourself, buddy. Much like Mastiff believes in himself, whether he's in there with Kenta Kobashi or Kazuchika Okada, going blow for blow, regardless of who he's across the ring with, earned himself a spot on our roster and has taken full advantage of our training facilities as Dave Mastiff. I say it every match that they're in. Really got themselves in great shape, really expanded their repertoire. Ilya Dragunov is another example of that. Since coming over to the GWA has really done well to improve their game, to step up to the level of competition. You'll see each and every time you stroll down the gnarly wrestling aisle. And we couldn't be happier to have you with us. Each and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, till about 11 o'clock. Sometimes a little later, sometimes a little earlier. Round about 3 hours of fun each and every Thursday night. Off the ropes we go. Big shoulder tackle there for Bullock. Just stopping Okada in his tracks so we can get his partner Mastiff tagged in. Spinning tombstone there to Bullock from Okada. A parting shot before he gets Kobashi tagged back in. Okada blocking that suplex from Mastiff. Kobashi with the moonsault too close to the ropes. Hang on. Brainbuster. Now he's telling Mastiff he's going to have to bring it harder than that if he wants to contend with the champ. As we said the last time Kenta Kobashi was across the ring from this tag team, I'm pretty sure he was the one that got pinned. A rare pinfall loss for your World Heavyweight Champion, at least since becoming a contender for and capturing the belt. Nice half and half suplex there, folding Mastiff over. Oh, throat thrust. Shades of Kane from Dave Mastiff. Gives him the time he needs to get Bill Bullock tagged in with a little bit of magic that they had to kill. Now Bullock taking over. Quick tags you'll see between Bullock and Mastiff, at least faster than between a Kobashi and an Okada, I would assume, as the former tag team more familiar with one another than the latter. See Bill Bullock paying it no mind that he's now in there with Okada instead. Knockout shot from the convict. We're looking to hit that prison plex. That Phoenix plex hold. Starts with sort of a powerbomb position. Turns into a folding, almost an overhead suplex with a bridge. Thing of beauty, if you can lock it on. Currently getting stomped out by Okada, though. Up top goes Okada, drops the big elbow. Usually he follows it up with an immediate pin attempt, but not so when his opponent is on his stomach. Hang on! Oh, another vicious tombstone to Bill Bullock on his way out of the ring. And we get a second tag up. And we're back to Mastiff and Kobashi. This seems to be the matchup that both teams want here. Kobashi looking to test his power against that of the diminutive, the stocky, but no less dangerous Dave Mastiff. Oh, vicious spinning chop to the back of the head. Burning lariat. But Mastiff right back to his feet. Impressive resilience from the man. Oh, spiked again with a brainbuster and again rolls through, does Mastiff. Very impressive showing here. Another brainbuster. He's not going to get up from that one, at least not immediately. Into the cover goes Kobashi. Okada playing defense, and that is it. That second brainbuster dimming the lights of Dave Mastiff. Just like that. Kobashi not messing around. Bit of a sudden end to that one, let's say, yeah. Just below satisfactory ranking, but overall we're still well in the black, I guess. Meaning you need at least 80% or higher to put on a quote-unquote satisfactory show. But the original Brainbuster doing the trick, and Kenta Kobashi picking up the win just in time for what will be our main event of the evening. The GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line as champion Rey Fenix defends against our newest signee. It's Rey Fenix versus the man, Becky Lynch. Let's get down to the ring and see how this one shakes out. Becky, of course, stylistically a lot more grounded than is a Rey Fenix, who will be flying all over the place. Meanwhile, Becky Lynch is going to want to slow this down to lock on that armbar variation submission finish. Mr. Bigfoot has called for the bell, and we are underway in what is our main event for, as we said, the GWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Rey Fenix, the champion. Becky Lynch, the challenger. Rey Fenix at the spearhead here of our expansion into the Mexico territory, really doing us a solid by headlining these shows, as acquitted himself quite well as our junior heavyweight champion. Let's see how they do against a real threat, up against the man, Becky Lynch, in her WrestleMania attire. Off the ropes is sent Becky. Stops that momentum on a dime, but gets her suplex countered. Nice European uppercut there, or just an uppercut if you're Becky Lynch. Ooh, big boot to the face. There we go. Nice head scissor takeover by Fenix, who's going to want to keep this thing nice and fast-paced. Interesting there. I don't normally see a lot of submission work out of Fenix. Maybe just trying to flash to Becky Lynch that it is an option in his arsenal. I am expecting him to quicken the pace as this match progresses. That is his MO. Sudden, brilliant, dynamic offense from Rey Fenix. Nice Joshi-style slam by Becky Lynch, who, as we said, is going to probably look to slow things down and try to keep it more grounded than not. Spiking Fenix with the DDT there as we hit.
5 minutes gone.
5 minutes gone, as you just heard. Becky again, slow and steady. Really making the crowd work for it in this one. Fenix as well. Making him work for it, that is. Not that he's doing the same thing. Nice kick combo there. 2 rapid shots. And then another vicious combination. More signature offense from Rey Fenix, who spikes Becky Lynch into the canvas. 1, 2, no! Becky just able to sneak that shoulder up after that amazing combination of strikes and impact maneuvers from Rey Fenix. But the challenger fights on. Into the disarmer, center of the ring. Fenix able to fight free. As we're approaching 10 minutes gone in this championship contest, your main event of the evening. Nice super kick by Fenix. Hooks the leg deep. Oh, Becky escapes once more. Exploder. Excuse me, Becksploder. Gets sent into the corner though by Fenix, undaunted. Hard to slow the man down. You gotta stop him. You can't slow him down. You have to do stuff that stops him. Top rope Spanish fly, and that is it. Becky Lynch was not properly prepared for your GWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Ray Fenix. Another stinker of a GWA main event, I must say. Better than last month's, but still terrible. Dang. Dang, Becky. All right, well, these things happen. Successful defense in your main event. I mean, it's still overall, we're sending the crowd home happy. Barely. Wowzers. Really brought it down, huh? So 88 and then just straight 80. This 96 really saved our skin. And then low, low. Yeah. All right. Not our greatest work, but the 5,500 people thought it was a good show. Not great, but good. Shinsuke Nakamura and Mickie James are the WWE Tag Team Champions. Murder Clown is the new AAA champ. G-Raver, Paige, and Tremont are now the 6-person belts in GCW. Sure. Takaiwa is the Legends Junior champ. Okay, that's the guy with the triple power bombs and shiz, I'm sure. And I made a little bit of money. That's what I was expecting. Just a little bit of money. Boink, boink. Okay. Nothing happened? Nothing noteworthy whatsoever. I don't believe you. Let's see what happens at the beginning of the next month, where we're in our other broadcasting contract. Yeah, our promotion is starting to make a name for itself. We're ready to step up our game. We now have national television. When you're ready, think about booking an arena event. Arenas are now available. That means we can start booking football stadiums. We'll get there eventually. Our broadcast contract has expired, but now we have a new one starting. Don't worry about it. Punk was on a Mexican show, and they pulled good ratings. Good for them. Okay, that's all we're doing for now. Save, and we'll do our training center maintenance. There we go. Got a little bit of everything every month now. I wish there was a repair all button. So we do this every month. First thing. Can't go wrong. So it looks like it's about, I was going to say it looks like it's 10%, but then this throws that off. It looks like it was about 10%, and then who knows? Okay. There we go. So, broadcast contracts. We have a 2-year deal. We have to at least have 1,000 people in the stands, but we're getting $300,000 a month. So to me, that is a national broadcasting contract. To me, that's pay-per-view, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to do... I got to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be booking 4 weeks of TV each and every time. It would be too much. I'd have to think of 48 storylines. I can't do that. Plus, it evolves as I book. Like every week, I can't book the winner, right? Like I can just book the match. Yeah, plus I don't want to like play them and then like put on crappy matches on our TV shows and stuff. I don't know. It's a whole separate thing. I don't know. If I were able to also get mods working with the Fire Pro game, then yes, I would 100%, because there's so much crazy stuff I can do that would make sense on a TV show and not in a pay-per-view. But I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just sort of giving my reasons. Okay, merchandise. How do we do? I don't know why is that black? Or why is that red, I mean. Assorted merch. That's fine. That's fine. Is that bad if they're... we'll see. Anyway, everything else is good. Human resources. Our scouts are all still out. What else do I want to do? Oh yes, personal advice. Ilya, okay, let's go see Ilya real quick. Have a consult. Let's do the consultations and building maintenance, or what I like to do first. Ilya, there we go. There you go. Tiny raise for you. Anything else? Personal advice. Kenta, sure. All right, boss man. Consultation. You're already making the most money in the league. Okay, there you go. Still making the most money in the league. Ooh, personal advice. Punk. Okay. Ooh. Consultation. CM Punk. Hey, buddy. Tiny raise for you. Good stuff? Okay. Everyone's happy with their pay. I don't know. How's everybody feeling? Normal, good, normal, good, normal, good, normal. Oh, I can just do this in one direction. Bill looks a little beat up. Okay, that's about it. Bill looks a little beat up, but they're in tag matches mostly, so they'll be okay. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just going to stay the course. I don't want to put myself through having to book, run, commentate on whilst recording, edit, yeah, and then package 4 weeks of television every single week, and then come into this, and then I guess roll it, and then run what would be a pay-per-view at the end. I'd rather just pretend that this is the pay-per-view that we're building to, and then make my life easier. Save the fancy stuff for special events. Okay, I think that's all we're going to be doing at the moment. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's take a quick look at the other promotions and what they ran. How'd they do? They ran a 65,000 seat arena and put 18,000 people in it. Ya dum-dums. Then they started off with a real banger of a match, Babatunde versus Bianca Belair, and then went to the pooper from there. Oh man, John Morrison, Daniel Bryan was 55%. I don't believe you. AJ Styles, Ruby Riott was 56%. I don't believe you. Wowzers. So, okay, Shinsuke Nakamura and Mickie James beat Shayna Baszler and Bray Wyatt for the tag team belts. That's a good mix. That's a good mix of stuff going on there. Okay, so they sold out a 10,000 seater, stayed in their, like, within their means. Carl Fredericks Tiger Mask 4 blew the place up. So did Tomoaki Honma and Taka Michinoku blowing the place up. Good for them. Okay. AEW 5,000 seater, starting strong. Cage Jackson getting a little weak. Brian Pillman Jr. versus Ali, doing great. A draw between Angelico and the Butcher, doing really well. And then we kind of, yeah, we're falling down a little bit. JD and Kazarian versus Cash Wheeler and Wardlow. At least they're together. But the other one's JD Drake and Kazarian. That's one of the wingmen. And Kazarian against the Pinnacle. And then Uno's team versus Chuck's team. I'm assuming that's going to be Dark Order versus Best Friends. Okay. How we doing in NXT? 9,500, let's call it, in a 15,000 seater. Just under a satisfactory show. So Shane Thorne, Mark Andrews was good. Joe Coffey, Zaya Brookside was great. Dexter Loomis, Tyson T-Bone was great, sure. Chase Parker, Alexander Wolf stealing the show. Yep, and then a real good main event. So pretty good show. CMLL just below satisfactory, 3,000 people there. Tag team match in the middle of the card, got really good ratings. You got okay, kind of average stuff from there. And then their world champion, Hollywood Hogan, the Big Japan heavyweight champion, curtain jerking their next show is in the first match. I mean, okay, got to get out of here early, brother. Okay, that's very interesting. 3,500 people in front of that one. Whoops, that was Big Japan. We're down to AAA. 87%, so that's a good show. 8,000 people there. I can see 100%ers and a 90. Yeah. Starting off with a good tag match. Drago versus Fabio Apache, 100%. Another good tag match, middle of the show. 8-person tag match, middle of the show. 100% there. And then a real good Murder Clown beating Averno for the belt in your main event. Ring of Honor ran a show. 40,000 seat arena. Not even half full. Poor guys. Don Moff and Flip Gordon tearing the house down. Brody King and Vincent put it on a decent one to start. But then Dan Moff, Flip Gordon tearing the house down in your best match of the show. Decent show overall. Real good tag match to start off this DDT show. Almost sold out a 10,000 seater. Like, that's real good job there. Okay, Endo Rekka was pretty good. Oka Daiki Shimomura was even better. And then not great as we go up the card there. All Japan, let's check them. 3,500 people. Joe Doring, Akira Francesco. So far, so good. Doing the best one. Yeah, that's the best one there. Dragon Gate, doing the best they can. Oh, had a tournament, did they? Okay. Didn't get 10,000 people in there, but they still had themselves a tournament with Gamma and others. Oh, it was a 4-team tournament. Oh my. Well, that's pretty good then, getting 7,500 plus to watch 4 teams. That's 3 matches. Okay. Impact, 1,800 only. Okay, they must be branching out, or maybe that's just a weird European place. So, second tag team match of the night, almost perfect. Jake and Gallows versus Kimberly and Conley, or Caleb Conley, or Caleb with a K, 89%. TJP versus Mahabali Shira, your best singles match on the card. Let's go down to Noah here. Oh, starting off real strong, and then pooping the bed a bit. Tanaka Nosawa getting things back online, and then again going down. Oh, Shuhei Taniguchi, Junta Miyawaki pulling things back up, and then disappointing main event. 3,500 people got there though. A 2-match card. Oh man, GCW is going down. 889 of 1,600. The people that showed up loved it though. Chris Dickinson, Jimmy Lloyd, and then Gage versus Raver's team. Mind you, you're crowning 6-person champions, so that's six people in your main event right there that you could be spreading people out with. They only have 10 on the roster. That's wild. Look how much better Dragon Gate's doing, and they have 13. I also feel like they're going down soon too, though. I got 25. I'm doing what I can do. Okay. And then the Legends promotion. Had a tourney, and Tatsuhito Takaiwa won over Kid Cash for the junior belt in your final. That's hilarious. Wait. Oh, Atsushi Aoki didn't even get to defend the belt in a singles match. They had to put it on the line in a tournament immediately after winning it. That's a bummer for them. Okay. I like looking at the landscape. So we're actually, I think in terms of the way we're slowly building this promotion, I think we're doing a great job. Because we're slowly involving our singles championships. At some point, probably next year, I'm going to roll in the tag team championship because we're slowly building associations and stuff like that. I'm trying not to, I know we keep hiring everybody every month, or we keep hiring somebody every month. I'm going to cap that. I'm going to slow down on that significantly once we get around 30 people and see how we do with a roster about that size. I don't want to get overwhelmed with too many people. I also don't want to overexpose people, but we also have to get our roster over, etc., etc. We could always bring people in for like one-shots here and there. Anyway, that's all future considerations. Let's overwrite the data for now. Okay. Let's boop over here. I'm still a little out of sorts, like it was this entire time, that I now have to run Fire Pro Wrestling windowed, but still at 1080p, so it fills the screen. Like, I don't want to render it at 900p and then stretch it out. I'd rather just give you the full screen, because should be a full screen application. But Windows has trouble with those now, for who knows how long. But there's no trouble when I tell y'all that I'd like to thank you for watching. No matter where or when you happen to be, wishing everybody out there chill vibes and clear skies. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now and get a load of this. We will be back Friday evening at 7 p.m. We are temporarily moving, or for the remainder of our playthrough of BioShock Infinite, rather than working Friday afternoon and then in addition having this Friday evening stream, I'm going to go ahead and shift that BioShock Infinite play to Saturday afternoonish, aiming for about 2 p.m., but we'll see how it goes, because Friday night, at least for tomorrow, Friday the 13th, starting at 7 p.m., we have a big old group together to play 7 Days to Die. There were 10 of us. Last I checked, there are 9 now, but let's see how many actually make it into the game tomorrow. Yes, sir. All right, so we got, we'll be starting 7 Days to Die tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. We are planning to play, at least I'm sort of hoping that everyone plans to play until we hit the 7th day and end the night with a big old horde. So that should be a fun time. It's going to take like 6 hours to get there. Anyway, let's go find somebody to spread a little love to on our way out of this jam. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, there we go. I can go raid Dork, I suppose. There we go. Go raid Dork. And say ta-ta for now. Like I said, no afternoon stream tomorrow. We are Friday evening, 7 p.m. There are a bunch of us. We're going to play 7 Days to Die. It's going to be dope. Can't wait. All right. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night. Even if I don't, thanks for spending the time with me. You did. Ta-ta.